go ahead and switch the microphone over. But how are you guys doing out there tonight? I'm gonna crack open a couple beers, maybe have a little bit of a Japanese whiskey as well. If you guys are drinking, let me know what you're drinking as well, so I can talk about that too. But as far as anybody that wants to get in, I'll go ahead and I'd like to put the link in the comments. So I know a few of you, I'm going to email it over to you at this point, and then whenever you guys are ready to join, just let me know. So how is everybody getting through right now with the coronavirus stuff, wherever you may be? How are you dealing with it there? Are you in one of the states or locations? What? No sound. Hold on one second. Let me see. Can you hear me now, Vanessa? It should be showing. It's showing the mic was actually working. You should be able to hear me. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what was going on there with the mic and stuff. Might have been something with the audio, but now I'm glad that you guys can hear me coming in. And we've also got Erie in the house as well. Walmart gave me massive anxiety today. I seriously thought I was going to lose my shit on people. Were they not social distancing there, Erie? Were they driving you a little crazy there? And start of week 7, Saturday for me. Yeah, you've been in for a bit, although you've definitely been able to get out a little bit, I think, during the course of time. So Vanessa's loud and clear now. Yeah, I don't know what may have happened. Maybe it was the reset on your end, or I actually decided to do something different with StreamYard and checking out their upgrade thing here. So I did switch some stuff around with the audio and things like that. So maybe that was causing the effect. And then we got cheers to Craig as well. But give me a second here because I do have some people to bring in for sure. Let's see. I'm just trying to find a couple more people here that I was sending it to. So we got Craig, I think that's going to join over from Camp Beer Reviews. We've also got Mercy, and I asked Craig to shoot that to everybody there as well. I just hate to put the thing in the comment section, I can delete it and allow who I want in. Let me see here. Snuck out to the llama farm. Well, nice. You definitely been spending some time there for sure. And no, and they were not keeping count of people in the store. People reaching over people, and apparently it was a family outing today. Whole family's out shopping with all their kiddos. Yeah, well, probably being stuck in the house with the kids, they wanted to get out too, I guess, so they had to bring them with them. But what are you going to do if they don't control their kids? You're kind of stuck there. I don't have kids, so I don't have that problem. I don't know how to talk to the parenting issue. Although if I did have kids, I would definitely try to keep them as controlled as possible. But again, that comes from a person with no kids. I know how I was a kid, and that was not always an easy thing to do. So I think the first beer I'm actually going to drink tonight is one that I always tend to enjoy each year, and I ended up picking this up last weekend. But it's actually going to be from Bell's, and this will be their Bell's Oberon Ale. And this one always has a special place in the heart as far as it's my favorite pale wheat ale. But it's always like a signature of spring to me that when this comes out, the warm weather is right there as well. Shelf life 6 months, alcohol 5.8% ABV. So a solid beer to enjoy. And welcome in the first guest. We have Craig from Camp Beer Reviews. How you doing, my friend?
All good, all good. It's
Yeah.
this lockdown is just it's making me drink better beer at home than I would normally. It's weird.
You can still buy
Yeah,
bad beer and bring it home though and drink it. You can still get
yeah,
some
but
of the cheap stuff.
when you can get it delivered to your door though, it's like, yeah, I might be doing some of that. So
It's
yeah,
always
it's
something
good.
you can definitely do.
Yeah, this you got to take advantage of the situation. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
how you doing, Rod? How you all right?
Doing good, doing good. I had a pretty good popcorn show earlier over there on Harry's channel.
Jesus.
So I didn't know it was as deep as it actually was. So
I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it was going to get like that. I thought look, are you watching this? Because it could get interesting. And
I was and Vanessa was over
it
there.
did.
Vanessa's in the
Yeah,
chat. She was over there watching. It was
yeah. No,
it
it
wasn't
was
like that on
interesting.
my stream when it happened, but it's kind of
No, but
crazy. It was
it was.
it was eye
Hi,
opening.
Vanessa. How you
I'll
doing?
say that. It was kind of like
I don't. I mean, I'm kind of on the outside looking in and all that, and it's fun, and there's some interesting views and stuff, and I just can't. I can't really get drawn into all that really. Although I've got views on things, it's just I've got too many other things to worry about really. Rather than, but yeah, if you're watching, Jesus, that was pretty good.
yeah. I mean, people can people have their views, and I'm respectful of the different views that people have, but I know
Yeah,
it's a point where logic and reason kick in for me, and I can only go so far. It's like why keep hitting a rock? You're not going to ever get through on it. So at some point, you just walk away and say, "I'm done." There's nothing else for me to really do there.
yeah. I've walked away, as you know, a couple of times. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I was like, people are going to do what people are going to
I don't.
do.
I try to keep myself within certain circles, and and that's it. So,
Yeah,
but I try and get on
yeah,
with everyone to a degree if I can. I rather would than not,
right.
but sometimes you just got to draw the line and say you're done, son. That's it.
Yeah, I've never been a
So,
person that want to seclude myself in a bubble or whatever. I like hearing different views from different directions. Plus, it helps you keep an eye on the tinfoil hat people out there too. So, and but
yeah,
yeah, it's but there was some stuff obviously that was there, and for James, it can get kind of personal because of that stuff that was taking place. So I can understand why he was upset on stuff too. And I was just hoping Harry didn't go into like an aneurysm or anything.
no, he's all right.
Yeah, but no, but
He
that's
lost his shit. He's all right. He's all right.
I've never seen him that hot before. Like he was just like, take a breath, man, calm
Yeah,
down. It's okay. It's okay.
I must. It was quite amusing because his Brummy accent started to really come out even more when he was angry. It was quite amusing. I've
Hmm.
never seen that before, so that
Yeah,
was weird.
yeah. And then
But I'm drinking a double IPA here,
yeah,
incidentally.
I was gonna say, which one are you drinking there
Go
right now?
yeah, gone. It's from the Burnt Mill Brewery in Suffolk, in England. It's
Nice.
their double IPA Gardens of Green series, 8% ABV. I had one earlier actually, but yeah, I've done a review of it earlier. It's
I
got
like
8
that
different
can.
hop varieties. Oh, it's awesome. The artwork
Yeah.
is yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
got
I'm actually
hops. Sorry.
well, I was gonna say before you got on, I'm actually drinking the Oberon right now. So
Oh, yeah, this beer's got 8 different hop varieties in it. It's got Amarillo White which is a New Zealand hop. Citra, Mosaic, Galaxy, Idaho, uh, Murtry and Nelson Solvin. So
Oh, nice.
got a right mix. Yeah, so.
And then Todd said, cheers all as well. And I did put a link in there in our chat as well, Todd. And Erie said hello to Todd. Todd said Joe's favorite. Oh, well, because we always tease Joe about Oberon because it's just not. He doesn't hate it, but he's not a huge fan. I think he gets upset more with all the fanfare that people give around it. So, good old Joe, wherever Joe is right now. Snow flurries last 2 nights. Vanessa had in her territory. I've seen other people getting some snow. It's kind of crazy. It's just we're getting where we're at some decent weather, but we're getting a lot of tornadoes in the States. Like every other day. I know you're a big weather person as well. You're probably seeing it over there, but it's like every few days, like we have these tornadoes coming through.
Yeah, just don't live. Just don't live in certain parts. It's just
Well, that's what I always say. If you build in certain parts and they're used to having that weather, you really can't complain, can you? I mean, you moved into that area.
I never understand how
Hello, Mercy
build everything with wood.
Are you?
You're good. How you doing?
It's like it's all
I'm good, thank you.
Houses and stuff. How you doing?
Yeah,
how you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, just about to crack this open.
What's Mercy got there? Let's see.
Nope.
Nice. A day at Amarillo, Simcoe.
Yeah, something good. 3. Number 3.
Nice. And Cryo. Nice.
Yeah.
What's the ABV on that one?
6.2.
Oh, not bad. Yeah. A nice session ale for the late night.
To add to the most, I've already stopped.
Yeah. Your guys late night. Well, you guys are early morning now. I'm late night.
I'm going to do
it was
the
always nice.
tomorrow.
It's nice getting the UK guys in because usually you guys are, except for Craig. Craig's like a super night owl, but most of you guys are like hitting the bed at this point. So it's great to have you guys on.
Well,
I generally I've been on a late stream for ages, so at least So
I'm usually taking my niece to football really early. Well, soccer. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. I know what you meant.
She usually does an early kickoff. It's usually like a 9 or a 10 o'clock kickoff, so we have to get there like an hour beforehand, so that you can do like warm ups and training. So I usually have to get up pretty early on a Saturday morning, but obviously with coronavirus lockdown, that is not happening. So I have just gardening to look forward to tomorrow.
So what are you guys like in week 6 or something over there, like 7 or? Because you guys have been in lockdown for a while. Is it 5?
We're in.
You guys are doing stuff before you went to a mandatory lockdown. You were already like sheltering kind of in place. Yeah.
A lot of people the week before it was official. The people were doing it already the week before.
Yeah. I was working 2 days. Our work called it 2 days before the lock-in.
Yeah. Wow.
And then we're at least still working from home for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
At least. And we're starting to look, I think, is it week beginning the 11th of May? The calendar up. Before we'll start looking whether we're going to go back partially.
Yeah.
Yeah, 11th of May. So, yeah.
It all depends. Figures and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of a different type experience.
I know there's been a 13% reduction in the hospitals with the virus over the last few days, so, which is a good sign. But yeah, the bad aspect of it is that's still pretty bad. So
yeah,
and it takes time to work through. Unfortunately, it's sad. It's just the whole thing's sad.
Yeah, it really is. Vanessa says hello to Craig as well. She said for Harry, yes, an interesting show earlier. So
It's the most unexpected show ever.
Craig had messaged me when I was getting ready to get this one prepared later. He's like, "Are you watching Harry's channel right now?" And I'm like, "No." And I'm like thinking, "Should I be watching Harry's channel right now?" And then I flipped it on, and I'm trying to type, and I'm watching. I'm trying to type, and I'm watching. It was interesting to say the least.
And then it kicked off.
Very unexpected.
They say life is short. Speaking like that, it may be really short. Talking about you know who. So
I appreciate the legal support as well.
Yeah. I mean, it was defamation. That's pretty much the same here as it is there. Like you just can't say it because
there are
someone says
slight
something.
differences. Yeah, but
yeah,
I say I only did just over 2 years at university for legal training. I did an A level before that in the sixth form college as well. So my legal training is, in comparison to what a lawyer would be, is very minimal. But I have experience in torts. And I know elements. Yeah. Very basics. But what I'm not going to go into it, but it was nice to hear that I wasn't just being completely.
No.
Thank you.
That's like I said, I'm married to one that's an attorney. She has her law degree and passed the bar and stuff. And I read a lot of legal stuff. My undergrad when I was in school was in journalism. So in the journalism side of stuff, you study defamation because, when you're writing stories about people, they would try to come back on a lawsuit possibly against you, right? So you didn't know how to make. At least that's how it used to be. I don't know about nowadays because some journalists throw stuff out there and I don't know what happens to them. But back when I got my degree, it was different. It was back in the days of Walter Cronkite when journalism was more at a higher level than what we see nowadays on some of the channels.
So my degree was originally 50-50 a law and English literature. I swapped in my second year to just English literature. But because I'd done so much law, it counted as English literature plus independent study.
Oh, to cover the elective type stuff, basically. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, my minor was English literature. I enjoyed English literature, the stuff. I became a big fan of sci-fi and fantasy, but did a lot of that. And then we had actual English lit that we studied. We had American lit that we studied and some of the stuff. And, it was a lot of good reading and a lot of good things that are expressed to a lot of literature pieces out there. My
thesis was Gothic literature as well, so.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty cool.
A long time really though. Cool. I literally, we always talk about people using their degree, and I don't know if anyone's seen the Musical Avenue Q, but they talk about an English degree being completely worthless. Yeah. So I work in the mining industry now, so it shows how worthless my degree was, and how much I use it on a daily basis is pretty much zilch. I use more of my. So at high school, I got a qualification in German. I probably use more of that in my general day of life than my degree. Yeah. Well, that's like I went to the to get my MBA. I left early to go work. I never went back to finish it, but like you, I kind of left. I should have finished it when I was there, but I didn't. But because I like business, I didn't really go into journalism. I went more into the financial world. So I work in the financial world now and financial services and stuff. But it's kind of funny because with social media, that's actually brought me back into kind of using my journalism skills. So I'm kind of using some of those skills, but I'm not being paid for them, but I am using them. I did the same. I worked 4 years for a bank prior. Yeah. So yeah, it was, I toyed with the idea of doing my master's in Hawaii. Yeah. Because they would accept my degree, and I thought, oh, nice weather, nice beer, Hawaii. That seems Surf's great. Up. Yeah, exactly. and it was only like it was like £600 more to do my master's there, and I was like, I could live in Hawaii, and then I was like, well, I'll have to fly back to see my family, and then I was like adding up the cost in my head of flying back constantly.
that difference you lost by flying back, yeah.
I was like, maybe. And then it
Yeah,
ended up no. I met my partner. When I was finishing my undergrad. So that was it really. And then we've been together ever since. So
nice. Let's see. It worked out then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you still think about Hawaii. You still think about Hawaii once in a while.
Yeah. Maybe for our honeymoon. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is your fault.
Yeah. I once looked at a job in Hawaii, and it was still working in the financial area, but you would get up at like 3 a.m. because it was all based off of East Coast, right? So where they were at, it was like 5 hours behind on stuff. But you'd be done at 4 o'clock market time, which was 11 o'clock in the morning. You work 3 in the morning to 11 in the morning. And they're like, yeah, within, an hour after that, you get off work, you're out surfing or whatever you want to do the rest of the day. And it sounded like a little bit of an appeal for a bit, but it's like, I can't sleep during the day. Like any type of light, I just can't not wake up. I mean, I'll wake up automatically. I can't sleep. I keep my bedroom, like my wife is like some mausoleum. It's like so dark in there. It's like any little bit of light will wake me up.
Yeah.
I'm completely the same. I black out. So it doesn't happen.
I work nights. I worked nights for 17 years, and I used to not so much. I mean, I used to have blacked out curtains, so it was just jet black. I could sleep happily, but sometimes in the summer months when we get a heat wave or something, try and sleep in like 85, 90 degrees during the day. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. So I used to try and when I come home from work and I knew it was going to be a hot day, I used to pound down about 3 or 4 beers out in the garden in the morning and then go to bed. And I snored some rotten probably. So that helps.
So Rad might know this. I did so financial processing in the bank. So I used to be the handover between the day shift and the night shift.
Oh, okay.
So my day used to be 7 till 7. I used to do a 12-hour shift.
Wow.
And I used to have an hour for lunch, and then I'd have a half an hour break in the afternoon. So my day was basically getting there. I had to leave because it was a 45-minute commute. I worked in Manchester. Wow. And it was a 45-minute commute from Preston, where I lived at the time. I used to get on the train, get there with about 4 minutes to spare, and I worked on the second to top floor. Luckily, we had a lift, so if the lift was available, I could get there easily. Otherwise, I'd have to do the stairs, which was 4 flights of stairs. And then where I do the full 12-hour shift, come down for my lunch, because you had to get down. There was no other way. You either did the lift or the stairs, and then back up again, and then half an hour break. You think, is it worth it to go all the way down? I work literally because it's central Manchester, so I could go literally anywhere. So Manchester's like, would you agree, Craig, 3rd biggest city in England? Maybe 4th after Edinburgh.
Yeah, Manchester,
Birmingham.
Edinburgh's big. Glasgow's quite big as well. So Birmingham, I don't know without actually looking it up. It's one of the bigger cities for sure.
Yeah. So I was literally, our office was literally right in the middle of a city centre. So I could have gone anywhere, done anything, but I had half an hour. I was like, can I make it there and back up the stairs? Yeah.
Stay there.
And then I know, and I had to do, because my manager was like, I finish at 5. So he'd give me all the stuff at 5 o'clock to do the handover with the night shift manager at 7. So I'd literally have like massive amount of documents to do handover at 7 o'clock.
Here you go.
I know. And then like everyone else would be going, oh yeah, we're going for cocktails or beers at 7. Going, right, okay, I have to do this handover. He was like really quite lazy, so he would arrive at 7 exactly. And the handover at least took me about 15 minutes minimum.
Oh wow!
If it was a bad day, it would be half an hour.
God,
so everyone was like already in the And a lot of people finished at 5.
Yeah,
It was really,
everyone's yeah, they're 2.5 hours ahead of you.
Yeah.
So I'd have to join. I'd have to join them. Plus, I'd still have to do a 45-minute commute back. So I have to weigh up.
Wow.
I hadn't eaten. I'd had my lunch at probably 1 o'clock.
Yeah, so you would get hit in the head a little bit there. Yeah.
So I'd have to weigh up whether it was worth getting the train home. And then my partner, I'm in the house. I'm the cook, so as well. So I have to weigh up. My partner hasn't eaten, or she's eaten something on the way home from work. I have to go home and cook.
Yeah.
And also be a team player, so you have to meet. It was one of those things where you're I could be here for 10 minutes, and then I have to run and get my train. Literally, full pelt run.
Well, that's what it's like. We got takeout.
Yeah,
got takeout tonight. Yeah.
In the end, I just swapped industries, and then eventually moved. It was just so.
It's just too much for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let me get some of the.
I feel for you for the financial industry. We did financial processing. Literally, I don't know if you got it over there. We had the PPI.
No, we don't. I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I work more as financial in the. I work with financial advisors, teaching them how to sell our products and stuff. So I never have to hand over anything. I'm done. It's I was already home before social distancing was even a thing, which is awesome.
PPI was payment protection insurance.
Okay,
so it's actually something you would sell. You'd sell as part of a mortgage or a loan.
Yeah, we have those for we have that on mortgage loans and stuff. Yeah.
So basically, UK
covers the bank more than the people.
Yeah, but basically, the UK government decided that it was illegally sold generally 80% of the time, so that people deserved rebates basically on the insurance. So basically, I worked in financial processing, so that hit my second week of starting, and that lasted until I left. And it was literally constant.
Wow.
And they had to do it at 8% interest as well. This is really boring for people watching, but people who are financial backing will know. You have to have the 8% interest to whatever they borrowed. If you go back something, we had bonds that go back to 1983, and this was 2017, 2015. And it was going back to 1984. So it's 8% interest and per annum. And it was you have to work that out, process it, do the paperwork for that, then actually issue it to the customer. It was one of those things where it just continued. It's really boring. It's a really boring, interesting financial.
That's a job you can have.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
What I'm saying.
What's the biggest payment you processed while you was doing it?
£34,000.
Jesus Christ.
It was a business credit card that went back to the 80s.
Tax free.
Wow.
Yeah. Jesus. Didn't get any tax on that.
Tax free.
Because it's basically a refund, so you can't tax it.
Right.
Yeah, but it was
it's
it was
Monopoly, landing on community chest, bank favoring your error.
Absolutely, yeah. It was 100% that plus 8% interest. But yeah, no.
34 grand.
UK.
That's awesome.
Yeah, nice. It was a company credit card basically that charged it. So if you think about how many purchases they made since 1983 to 2000, and I think it was 15, 16. Then it was 17 when they made the judgment. So it was that was in sort of process in 2016. We still got an 8% interest since 1983. That's how they ended up 30. It was 34,000. It was just cut a check.
Wow.
But you have to support the evidence for basically the shareholders to show why we're cutting a check for that amount, and it has to be signed off by about 3 different managers.
Yeah, for larger amounts.
Yeah. It was there were increments. So if it was a certain amount, you did 10k, you'd have to go to a manager. You hit 20k, another manager. 30k, another manager. It was just kept going up the ladder. So there's like, if anything under like 10, you could more or less issue yourself with a team leader and stuff, like co-sign it.
Right.
But like anything above that, it's like manager, 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 and then you get into like sort of board level. You're hitting 30, and it's just like, crap. If I've made any mistake here,
yeah, you're gonna hear about that. Yeah. Yeah. Let me get the comments in here from the people.
Sorry,
I say that about. No, you're fine about Alan. So that's basically a comment talking about Harry's guest, like because Alan voices his comments a lot of times, but I don't think he doesn't voice them. He doesn't voice them like at the guest that was on Harry's show. Vanessa,
sorry,
nice
I'll try and be
label,
as polite
Craig.
as possible.
That's all right. she liked the label that Craig had on the can there. Like I said, it was a pretty cool label.
Yeah, that is
good.
Yeah, they are an epic brewery. They really are.
I think of Game of Thrones when I see that can label. It just sticks in my head now.
All their labels are some sort of.
They're awesome.
Yeah, they are really good. Even I think is it a flagship beer? Would you say Nelson Fog?
Let's see.
Yeah, I posted it. I posted that one earlier today.
You take it down every time I put the camera. You take it back down.
Sorry. So this is their double IPA, but it's literally you throw everything in.
Yeah.
To every other.
But I look at that label, and it just for whatever reason, I never watched Game of Thrones, but it just makes me think Game of Thrones.
It's got 8 different hop varieties from the whole series of this beer. This is the last in the series. Their Gardens of Green series, so double IPA, 8%. Yeah.
Then we got Eric Gilbert in the house. Says, "Cheers, fools!" Eric's up there in Canada, our buddy up there. I'm sure he'll be sharing what he's drinking tonight as well. Vanessa was actually drinking iced tea. She's taking it easy tonight. She was driving.
I was going to say, I hope it's.
Where's Joe?
Who's going? Who's going to say? What did you say? Where's Joe? We don't know where Joe is. I wish we knew where Joe was.
Yeah, he's got a T-shirt, hasn't he? So.
Yeah. But what were you going to say, Mercy?
I was going to say, I hope it's Long Island iced tea.
No, I think it's just a regular for her. But Vanessa she'll drink some stuff though.
She was drinking before when she was on our chat, and it was just Unfortunately, there was a lot going on, so it was hard to keep track.
It was a interesting chat. So yeah. Vanessa said hello to Todd.
Pretty bad.
Vanessa said hello to everyone.
Terrible.
I think Harry needs to take a couple of breaths.
Yeah, that's what I told Craig. He was getting pretty rad. I've never seen Harry get to that mobile. I think he'll turn into like the Incredible Hulk or something at some point. Calm down, Dr. Banner.
Harry got to the point he sounded like he was from Birmingham. It was really
but he is generally from Birmingham.
He was going Vinnie Jones at one point.
He doesn't. But his accent come through more when he was getting angry. It's like, wow, I've not seen it before.
Same happens to me. The more I get drunk, the more I get angry, which is very rare for me. I like to keep it cool, but
I just
let me see here.
I just fall asleep. Sorry.
I do. That's my default setting.
Hope all is well, Vanessa. Eric says, "LOL, complain about hurricanes every year." I was like, you don't get a ton of hurricanes coming through where you're at, South Carolina, but it does hit. Cuffing stuff in the house. What is going on, my friend? Cheers to you. Happy Friday. Hopefully you're enjoying something nice. And if you guys like barbecue, Cuffing Stuff does some good stuff on his channel. Unfortunately, YouTube, being the ever-changing, whatever fill in the blank they are, has changed it where you now can't click the 3 dots and be able to jump on people's channels, which sucks.
Yeah,
what you can do is cut and paste.
Yeah, he cut and paste, but it's just like it was so easy. It was such a thing that people could do to learn new channels, and YouTube being an ass again.
I'm gonna try and send Vanessa, because she was asking before about our YouTube handles. Mine is really boring, but what I'll do is I'll send everyone else's channel to Vanessa, because I know she was asking before.
Yeah, Vanessa likes to watch and follow the channels on YouTube for sure. And she has a. So if you're on Instagram, you can check her out at Vanessa M Kitty on Instagram. She puts some pretty good pictures on there and stuff.
I'm not cool enough for Instagram. I'm really not.
Nobody's cool enough for
Neither am
Instagram.
I.
People think they're cool enough.
Neither am
The
I.
ultimate selfie machine.
I hate photos. Full stop. Live stream. I blame Craig, to be honest, for live stream. I wasn't going to do it, but
I like certain photos on Instagram.
And then Vanessa says she's doing okay here. Went to visit llamas today. And she has 24 duck eggs now collected, and we'll make lasagna and noodles for them. Oh, so the ducks are laying the eggs now.
A fried duck egg sandwich is amazing.
Yeah. I've never had the fried duck egg sandwiches. I've never had a fried bologna sandwich either. Again, you got to mention the fried bologna as much as I can, right?
Duck egg, just crack it right in the pan. Oh, sunny side up.
Well, I take that back. I never had like just a fried egg. I've had fried eggs on sandwiches before because over here we'll make hamburgers and we'll put fried egg on it.
But duck egg is better than normal chicken egg.
Oh yeah, duck egg. I haven't had duck egg fried, just chicken egg fried.
It sounds foul.
Hashtag dad joke.
It doesn't beat. So I had friends that had geese, should I say? And goose egg is better.
Just don't get goose. That's not a good thing.
No, never get used. Oh dear.
What sevens this bed and sleep? Yeah, has issues with insomnia though, so she didn't get to sleep as much. Can never go wrong with the llama farm visit. And Erie wants llamas at some point. Midnight begins week 7, as she's actually been kind of under the lockdown.
Yeah, I remember I do follow your streams as much as I can at this time of night, so I know that she's been self-isolating prior.
Yeah, she has some underlying stuff too, so she definitely has to keep herself protected. And Vanessa says, indeed, Erie, the baby should be here soon. I do hope I'm there when they do, because she can take some pictures of the baby llamas. We got Leprechaun in the house up in the Cleveland area. Welcome, my friend. And again, this is Fan Fun Friday. And so Leprechaun, Cuff and stuff, if you guys want to join the stream, let me know. If we can get you a link there if you want to come in. And it's all about you guys tonight, just having some fun, drinking some beers. And did this a couple Fridays ago, had a great time, and wanted to do it again. And every Friday night we'll be doing this. Old Speckled Hen, sons. Yeah. You like Moreland's Old Speckled Hen?
I've got a 5-liter keg of Old Speckled Hen waiting for me at my parents' house for me and my dad to drink when the thing's over. Why? Someone bought it for us. I didn't intentionally buy it. It was bought for us.
I like Old Speckled Hen. I'll drink it once in a while. I like the Hen series.
Would you drink 5 liters though, Ron?
I'd like.
No, I wouldn't drink.
I would like
5 liters, Ron. 5 liters.
The trouble over here is
Stein is a liter.
Speckled Hen is in
5
in a clean bottle, in a clear bottle, and that's what puts me off. It's just
To be fair though, this is not in a clear bottle. It's in a steel. It's a steel.
Yeah, that's
5 liter
canister. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like when I have the Old Speckled Hen, it's like usually at one of our American pub replicas, like from over in England. So they'll have it on tap or something. It's not usually the glass bottle version of when I'm drinking it.
Yeah. It is terrible to do it in this clear bottle.
Yeah.
It's a cask beer though, generally. So over here.
But you're gonna get it on that 5 liter keg. You're gonna get it as fresh as, I suppose.
You're trying to push that 5 liter keg, Mercy. You're trying to push it, man. You're trying to get us to feel sorry for you getting that 5 liter keg.
I don't need it.
If Joe was here, Joe would say that's on you.
Yeah, if it's free, that's fine. But
if it's free, everything.
It was a present. It was a present.
He gives someone free pass blue ribbon. I'll take it.
It's been kept.
Would you take free Carlsbad
recently? So,
Carlsbad. I've actually
if it's free, someone gave it to you. Would you take free Carlsbad?
I've got a story about free Carlsbad. It's not good either. So I got. So
I'd sell
it
it.
wasn't.
I'd sell it.
I couldn't sell it. That was the problem. So basically, we had the Queen's Jubilee. When was it, Craig? Silver Jubilee? Damn Jubilee, was it? 2012, yeah. It was 2012. I had graduated as a student, but I was still living in the area. My friend had organised a street party, and Carlsbad were offering 24. So you'll know this is American beers. You get the bottles that are metal. They're like the torpedoes, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
They're like bottles, but they're metal. You got 24 of them for completely free. But you had to have a street party. My friend did not have a street party, and he decided 12 of those metal bottles in that he didn't want anymore. So I was given some, and I thought, yeah, they're essentially the same way that you'd have Coors Light. I've had Coors Light before, similar.
Yeah.
They're like steel bottles. And he decided 12 bottles in that he didn't want anymore. So I was given 12 bottles. I've seen them better than cans.
Yeah. I remember.
Vanessa,
Sorry. Go on.
Oh no, sorry. I was going to get this in comments, and Vanessa said, "Says," and then you guys know what she's talking about. So saying stuff like he has said, and he thinks he can pull a defamation lawsuit. He cannot afford an internet connection, let alone an attorney.
I will defend that comment and the fact that, to be fair to him, internet connection in the UK is not done by price; it's done by where you live.
Mm-hmm.
So he lives in a outskirts of a major town.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say I know exactly. Well, not exactly where he lives, but I know the general
proper location generally.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say that because I'm not course,
right.
So I won't. He lives.
And there could be a defamation lawsuit too.
Yeah, he lives in the county of Essex, and he lives in a severe. He lives in a major part of Essex, but he lives in the outskirts. So I'm going to say that it's going to depend on how far away he is from his internet service provider.
Yeah,
on his internet, and he was from a shed.
Yeah,
sorry.
I mean, we have places in the States as well where, depending where you're at, like they don't have internet connection. There's actually some places in the state where they say some people are still on broadband. Like they don't have I'm not broadband, dial up. They don't have broadband yet. So all the states aren't developed either, depending on some of the areas you're actually at. So it's not just over where you guys are.
But, I mean, this Starlink thing will fill in the gaps eventually from space.
Well, you would hope so, but they've been trying to fill any gaps for a long time. I mean, even here where I'm at, like the service that I'm at, where I'm on like 200 megabyte speed or whatever, but there's places across the river and around me that don't have that available to them. They can't get more than 30. No matter what, they just aren't set up for it.
That's more or less what I'm on.
That was incredible the other day on Wednesday. On Wednesday, when they had launched that rocket from Cape Canaveral, 3 minutes it was over. It was above.
Oh, I missed that on Wednesday.
Dropping off these. Within 20 minutes of it taking off, it was over us, and you could see it. It's like
wow,
with all these little satellites coming off. It was amazing. It was proper amazing. You could see it. It was awesome. It's one of the best.
I can't believe I missed that. Probably because they got so much stuff on about the coronavirus and the stuff the president says, but I never get to see other stuff that's actually happening in the world.
Yeah, I mean, no, it was just the flight path. It took it on a trajectory. Yeah. Obviously, it was dark here, but it was 20 minutes after it took off from it was over us. It's like, what? Pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been trying to set up the 5G here, but people keep setting them on fire. So I don't know.
Yeah, same as here.
See,
Yeah, they sent.
I would have blamed
They
that on the
they
flat. Would
set,
have
they
blamed it on
set
the
about
flat
100 on
earthers.
fire. Yeah,
Yeah.
over the weekend of the Easter weekend, they sent about 50 to 100 on fire over here in the UK.
Yeah.
see,
It's
Oh,
like, it's
in
funny.
my area, it happens at any on fire, but I've seen a lot of, especially of pubs that are closed. A lot of people have written on the boards where it's closed, say no to 5K,
Oh, really?
5Gs, yeah, say no to 5G.
Yeah.
But
So
I've
are
not
people
seen
freaking out about it over there?
Not especially, but I think it's one of those things. Same as what was the mining technique that they go diagonal?
Fracking?
Fracking, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people said no to fracking. I think it's a similar thing. I think fracking is fine as long as it's not done anywhere near any sort of residential area.
Yeah. Well, fracking hasn't been as
money,
good here. I mean,
when there's money involved, it doesn't matter what is near.
yeah. Oh, that's the thing. Like,
which I don't think is right. But
they were trying to build a wall from Mexico and stuff, and then people were all for it, and then they found out they had to give up part of their property for them to build a wall through the property, and people were starting to turn against it, like in Texas and Arizona. Like, I don't know once you take part of my property to do it, but you're all for it before. Where do you think it has to go?
Don't tell the beer hooligan that about walls.
Low.
Well, that was funny though, because now they're building on the Mexico side to keep the Americans out because of this stuff. So that's just kind of a funny irony.
Historically, he's correct.
He wants to keep the Scottish out.
I was going to say, historically, we have built a wall for the Scottish before, but to be fair, currently it's only at shin height, so most people can step over that.
Step over it, yeah.
Hadrian's wall doesn't go beyond most people's knees.
Yeah. I mean, well, China built the biggest wall, right? The Great Wall they built.
Yeah, well, I'm not even going to start on that one. You could go a lot of ways on that one. But,
yeah, you can. You can.
I'm leaving it there.
Vanessa said she had her master's. She's a comp sci and math, a master in math. Vanessa's a brain whiz, too. She does a lot of good stuff.
And a veteran as well. You can't sniff at that.
Yeah. And Gilbert said he did plumbing and carpentry. Book learning wasn't for him. It's all about, that's like the thing here now. People are, like I said, back in the 90s, like when after they did like kind of NAFTA and stuff, we started killing the trade schools. I said, this isn't going to be good down the line because there's people that can still do a lot of good trade stuff. And having a trade career could be a beneficial and a, financially strong career. And then you look at it now, and we're like so indebted to other countries. It's like we get like so much from China and all this other stuff that we don't have enough of the economy here having those trades. And I'm like, we need to bring those trade schools back. You think we should have had them brought back a long time ago?
Definitely. I say I came from one side of cabinet. I came from one side of cabinet builders and one side of butchers, so. My family are full of trades. We've had military service as well. It's one of those things. I think it's one of those things that trades, I think, won't die out, but I think it's going to become more of a rarity.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's well. That's because you're going to have more automation and stuff like that taking place. But it's funny. I'll do stuff now where I'll have something wrong with my car, and I'll go down and tinker with the car and the engine, and it's like. I don't know what the hell I'm doing at that time. I got to go on a YouTube or get a book. It's like, and I think back to like high school where I was basically in all like AP classes to go to college. And I'm like, it would have been nice to have auto shop back then and be able to come out and know what you're doing with your car and stuff. But instead of being buried in the books.
To be fair, Rob, that a lot of the time they're going to be engine management system, which is you're going to end up in commuting areas.
From the trades and everything?
Yeah, so engine management system ends a lot of the mechanics part of sort of the maintenance of a car.
Yeah. Well, over here, I mean, a lot of people do it. They start their own shops and do a lot of stuff with it. So, again, it can be something of a secure type job or whatever. Because one thing, like in America, like a lot of people tell you, they always love to find a good mechanic because you're scared somebody else is going to screw you on stuff. So
Yeah, definitely.
Beer Man says cheers. And he said cheers to panel chat. And Beer Man's got a great channel. If you haven't checked out Beer Man,
I watch his live quite a lot.
Yeah, Vanessa, a little Beer Man, but Beer Man had to take off. It's his wife's birthday tonight, but he wanted to hit the like button. And sure, buddy, great panel. Yeah, so I appreciate that, Beer Man, and yeah, take care of the wife and have a great night for her birthday for sure.
He's got a luscious beard.
Yeah, he's got his lust. Yeah, it's like the god of beers there or something.
His beard is epic.
And Vanessa said to tell her happy birthday, Beer Man, and cheers, Kent, which is great. But everybody still calls you Kent, which is funny. Duck eggnog is tasty. I made this one. Yeah, Vanessa talked about the duck eggnog she made on a few shows and how tasty it was. Pics of the duck eggs on Instagram. So she put that on her Instagram page. Old Speckled Hen comes in pint cans here in Canada and oddly fresh. I buy Old Speckle when the beer store runs out of London Pride, and I'm looking at an old school cast bitter.
Yeah. I'd love to try that in a can.
Most of them are bottles that I see, unless I'm at the pub, then they have them in a keg.
We do get it in cans. We do get it in cans, don't we? Do it?
Yeah. Silver cans, they are.
I don't.
So you do a can. You guys can do a can versus beer video.
They're not. It's weird though because you can only get them in a 6-pack, and they're not pint cans. They're 500 milliliters, so half a liter, half a liter can. But you have to get them in a 6. There's no other way of getting them.
Yeah. Yeah. See, we could buy them individually here. They break them up. You could buy like just one if you want one.
To be fair,
at least that was the bottles. I don't know about the cans.
When I was driving through Texas in February, that was one of the things I found that like certain you go to certain gas stations and stuff like that. So we went to Buc-ee's quite a lot, and that was you can only get 6-packs of stuff. You couldn't get individuals, so that was quite annoying because I'd like to see stuff and go, "Oh, that'd be nice."
Yeah,
but I don't know if I want 6 of it. Yeah, but I was in America, so it's petrol stations here. But I was in America, so it's gas station.
It's gas stations, yeah. And some states, wherever gas station you're at, they have like some gas stations have some great craft beer selections.
Yeah, Buc-ee's in Texas was brilliant. You get barbecue, you get craft beer, you get jams, you get all sorts. You get like what was it? Chocolate covered peanuts, chocolate covered raisins.
They probably had the boiled peanuts there.
No,
it's
but
like
the fuel was cheap as well.
Yeah,
it's Texas, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the fuel's always cheap.
They got a lot of oil in Texas, so yeah.
I was driving a really Jeep.
We've got a lot of oil everywhere at the moment.
Well, we get it for cheap though. Actually, they're paid out to pay some people to buy it just because they need to get it out. So they'll pay you to come get it.
Yeah,
petrol prices in the UK here are the same price as when I was learning to drive.
Yeah,
that's how ridiculous that has got.
Yeah,
I was learning to drive.
Like in Canada, they said in Canada it was like a liter of gas was less than a liter of beer in Canada.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, a liter.
What is it?
Or no, maybe it's oil. I don't know.
What's in the UK now?
I've seen the cheapest I've seen is 106. Is the cheapest I've seen. £1.06.
So it should be cheaper. It should be, but it should be cheaper than that. Really?
But when I was learning to drive, it was 108, and that was 2005. So I'm like.
Here in the States, I bought gas last week for 69 cents. 69 cents a gallon.
I think it's going to drop. So I've got a quarter of a tank left. I'm going to run it down, and I think it's going to drop, and I'm going to fill it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
it should
be fill it, and
I think it should be around about 89 to 92.
Are you joking?
That's what I think it should be.
Yeah, but do you know when the last time it was at 89? Do you want to know when it was last at 89?
A long time ago.
1997.
That's what it should be.
1997.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
But that's what it should be, though.
But it's never been that. If you look at the price, but if you look at the price of oil,
it hasn't. I know.
It's never been that low.
Look at it. Yeah, but that's what it should be, though.
I think Craig is thinking it's overpriced.
Of a barrel. It's still overpriced for what's going on.
It's supply and demand, isn't it? Realistically,
that's the thing driving it now. They're tapped on refineries, so we're oversupplied, and that's why the price is coming down. They have nowhere to put stuff. So supply and demand is kicking in.
But that's because China started back up again, so refineries are up. I got it my way.
Yeah,
that's
not what China do.
Yeah, but it does because it affects us. Everything affects every country to a point.
Well, it's a global economy now.
Yeah. Exactly.
If it is, if no one's buying the stuff, then it does affect it. That's
I agree. You have places where they sell the oil, then it's refined, as Rod said, and then it's got that step is missed out because at that point it's then basically congregated and sold. But if there's nowhere to congregate it because the stuff won't be there, they're gonna have to sell stuff really cheap to get rid of it. And I don't think. I think you're.
The other hand, sorry. Okay.
No, you go.
You go just so polite.
On the other hand,
it's like having two Canadians.
On the other hand, though, you have to think, well, I don't know about that. Yeah.
No, that's because Red Beard's an arsehole. I'll deal with that later.
Yeah, you're right. On the other hand, you wouldn't get a word in. But on the other hand, it's what's going to happen when all this globally it's all lifted? What's the price going to be of oil? They're going to want to get their money back.
I don't.
It's going to be stupid prices.
I think again, it's going to be supply and demand. So I think there's going to be that much supply there. I think it'll take a while. It'll take a while before it goes up.
Let's see here. So we were talking about the internet.
But then, how many businesses and things? How many businesses and stuff are going to say, right, you might as well just stop at home and work from home from now on? So how many people are not going to be using?
There's going to be a lot of businesses that are going to, I think, shift. There's going to be a lot that are going to shift their model to working from people work from home. I think it just makes financial sense.
It's going to have an effect.
It makes financial sense for a lot of companies.
I'd love to work from home, but I'll have to convert one of our bedrooms into an office because I can't be dealing with where I am currently.
Yeah. I mean, plus they're going to have to, some offices are going to have to shift and make more room because of social distancing probably. So they have to make more space. So
I think that's what my company's doing on the 11th.
Yeah.
We've been told to prepare to stay at home till the 11th and then potentially going back into the office. But I think it's going to, exactly what you said, Rod. I think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be 2 meters. Currently, part of our business is open because it requires manual attendance, and we're splitting the workforce 50-50. So what they're doing is they're doing 2 meters distance in the day, and then they've got another shift at night doing exactly the same. Yeah. So we're still working at the same capacity, but we're possibly 12 hours behind.
Right. I see here. So we were talking about the internet, and Vanessa said some places right near me don't have interconnection, right? Because there's some places where they still can't even get the internet, which is weird. You think about it, 2020, but and it says, "Oh, cool, Craig. Glad you got to see them overhead." Talking about the rocket for Wednesday.
No.
Eric says, Wells Bombardier is another that takes me back to the important craze days. Being rolled out of the pub full of poutine and hand pulled ales were the days.
Wells Bombardier.
Definitely Canadian.
Wells Bombardier, you want to avoid. I'd rather have Canadian lager than Wells Bombardier. Jesus Christ!
Every time I see Wells, I always see the Wells banana
Blue
beer.
Tech,
I've never done the banana beer, but every time I look at it, it's like, should I try that banana beer? Because I always see it.
It's okay. The banana beer is actually one of the
It's
okay
all right.
ones. Yeah,
all right.
it's okay. It's okay.
It's all
I there's a very large arcade. I'm like a massive retro gamer, and there's a massive arcade. Cradle now. If I say Bury near Manchester, there's a massive arcade.
Yeah.
It's like 3 floors, and they
wow.
have a bar on the
That's
third
massive, yeah.
floor, including a lot of BrewDog, but also Wells Bombardier banana bread. So you can drink that whilst playing arcade games, and it's a really nice beer in a bottle.
Nice.
But I wouldn't take it on a handle because
Another, yeah. Another one is sticky toffee pudding. Is
Sticky Toffee Pudding by Wells is also,
gimmicky.
yeah, that's a nice beer. It's a really
Yeah, I haven't
nice
done that one either.
amber.
I don't think I may have. I always see that one too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lovely amber beer. Really nice.
Well, it's now the Eagle Brewery. It's
they're all. It's all
same
one.
Yeah. Conglomerate.
One conglomerate. Yeah, they also own Young's as well. So if you see the Young's double chocolate, that's also the same Eagle Brewery.
Yeah, Wells and Young's and yeah.
Well,
Courage.
Brewdog's giving you guys a free beer over there in the UK. After there's a thing they're giving for a free beer at the pub after the whole coronavirus thing. I don't know if you saw it or not, but
yeah,
they were posting about it. And,
Yeah,
you get like it's just one free beer, like
Yeah, it's Punk IPA as well.
Yeah,
has to be Punk IPA.
Nah,
Which, to be fair, in Brewdog bars is a lot more expensive than you'll pay for it anywhere else in the whole country.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I've got Brewdog. I've got Brewdog here now, 15 minutes from my house because we have their Cincinnati location, Ohio. And I haven't been there yet. But Dean keeps. Well, no, Columbus is the hotel. We have one that's 2 hours from me, but I have another one 15 minutes from me now as well.
Is that the other one in New Hampshire?
Oh, okay.
No, this is in Ohio. We have Cincinnati and Columbus. And Dean from Dean's Beer Reviews, he's always trying to get me to go up there because he wants to see what I think of it and stuff. But I haven't been able to go, and I was going to go, but then we had the coronavirus thing, so they're shut down right now. But so I have right here.
Get the bottled stuff.
Have you had your injection of
Dettol?
Yeah.
Of the what the Lysol thing or whatever?
Yeah, Lysol
disinfectant. Yeah, nah. I'm gonna have to take a hard pass on that one.
What about you? What about your UV rays to your bones?
Yeah. Like, it's not a vampire gene. This isn't Blade. It's not going to help. This is a freaking underworld.
You think he'd have medical advice? Medical advice before it even goes out on the floor.
Well, the medical people were there. The medical late Dr. Briggs, she was kind of just put her head down, like
The guy who was talking before that, because he was.
Oh yeah, that was the guy. That was talking about it.
And he was like, but they were both in screen when he said it, and he was like,
yeah.
You could tell
anymore.
It's just
like I couldn't even watch it anymore.
Did he? Yeah, his look and his face and his eyes were like, did he just say that?
Yeah.
The White House response as well was particularly bad. Their response just was like, "What? Are you actually kidding?"
It's going to be
unbelievable, man.
It's going to be a scary year this year as far as the election.
I just want to.
It's kind of like I just want to call Germany and tell Angela, like, don't leave. We're going to need you. We're going to need you in Germany when shit goes wrong. You're like the only one out there.
I just want to go.
Would you like a UK visa?
Yeah.
I just want to go and sleep.
I might be able to put your UK visa out. I really want one.
I mean, it's just between what we got there now and then Joe
can
who
have
can't
the
remember
spare
his name
room.
half the time. It's like Joe Biden brings up stuff from the 50s when he's talking. Like nobody remembers that stuff.
I just think Bernie had the opportunity, and it annoys me that it's gone the way of Bernie being Bernie's going to end up being the vice, isn't he, for the Democrats?
Oh no, Biden's going to have a woman. He already said, but
Really?
yeah.
I really thought Bernie would be the vice on that.
I don't think Bernie would want to be in that vice type role. Yeah, I mean,
not think.
no, I think
I'd rather have had Bernie running as
I think they need to have like
primary.
a younger, because it's not like Joe was all that young either. I mean,
No.
you got to have those. Ever since you have concerns with some of the older presidents and things that happened to them, you got to have someone that can offset in case something. I know it won't be Hillary though.
It's just
I think Mike Pence is that really.
Well, Mike Pence is like 60 something, I think,
and that's good.
Mike Pence is
well.
a very
Trump
good
is
speaker.
Yeah, but Mike Pence is a
Pence
crazy
sounds more
person.
presidential than Trump. He sounds more presidential than Trump, though.
Oh yeah.
When you watch the conference, it's like
4 more years. 4 years. 4 years of terror. Oh. Oh.
What No, I was like,
scary, it's just scary.
I was watching Trump talk the other day, and Trump just reminded me of like, and I don't know if you guys ever watched the NBA as much, or like you know who Charles Barkley is.
I know Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Like if you ever watched the NBA, like he's commentates, and Charles Barkley watching Trump was like watching Barkley on the basketball commentator, because he just like starts a sentence and he stops and he goes back and restarts the same sentence. And it's kind of like there's different breaks that Trump will have in there, like trying to explain stuff or go back. And it's like, dude, you already said that. Why are you stopping and going back? Just get to the point.
He wants to edit himself. Sorry, he wants to edit himself, doesn't he? He doesn't. He wants his truth to be the truth, not anything else, not the actual truth.
He hates to be challenged, so he thinks everybody should just go with what he says.
That's what he wants to be the one that speaks the truth.
If you try and challenge, if you try and challenge him, you're a terrible reporter like that.
Yeah. Or you're like an employee that he terminates. That's just it's not like
it's a terrible question. You're challenging me, so it's a terrible question. You're a bad reporter. You'll never make it in all this bollocks. It's like
I mean, whether you agree with his belief or don't agree with his belief, it's like it's supposed to be some type of decorum in that office, and it's just not there.
Unfortunately, you've got a fake president at the moment. So there you go.
It might be another 4 years as well, depending on how things go. And I just don't feel as confident with Biden out there. And people are like, "Well, Biden, people will vote for him." That might be like the left thing, but a lot of left people, if Bernie's not in it, they're saying they're not going to vote for Biden. You just never know. You never know.
That's what I thought. I really thought Bernie was going to be the vice, just consolidate the vote.
Yeah. But all the stuff they're doing in the States now and all these programs they're rolling out, those are all the programs that Bernie and freaking Andrew Yang had as ideas. So it's like they hated these guys before for bringing them up, but like now they're doing like this check they're sending out to people with Yang's idea. They're doing all this other stuff to try to get these health stuff together. That was like Bernie's stuff. It's kind of like I feel like sometimes the voters aren't always the most informed on everything, so it's kind of interesting. So I don't know. I've been able to survive under whether it's a conservative or a Democrat. I've been able to do well under either. So
yeah,
I just need to know who's running shit. So that's what I do.
Big shout to Paul on PA Brew News.
Oh yeah, hello. Yeah, cool beans.
Vanessa said Texas has drive-through liquor warehouses. Yeah, we actually have drive-through places here. You can buy beer too.
I nearly went to a drive-through gun. It was alcohol and gun drive-through in Texas. I was so close.
No surprise in Texas for sure.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't think they'd let me do it with my UK passport, but I thought I could still buy beer. Then I thought, would I be able to peruse the beer? Because that's the best bit. I like to go through and see what I can have. And I thought,
Yeah.
no, I'm not going to be able to do that from the car.
You know, Eric. You know my name.
Yeah, he knows. He likes to
Facebook.
just do that stuff for sure.
I don't care. It's funny.
Vanessa says she paid $135 early this morning, got 60 gallons for $80. Huge inflation incoming next year, probably.
Plus
Inflation is
taxes.
a concern. They have to wait for it to have the Fed adjust things. Our state ordered to May 29th, probably be extended from there. Yeah, there's some states going out that far. In Denver, like in Denver, Colorado, in our parks, used to be able to have like wine or alcohol and stuff like that. You know, people go there, eat lunch, have picnic, whatever you want to do. They're out to July where they can't do that. Nobody's allowed to have anything like that for the social distance and everything. Vanessa says she wants to find a brew dog. If you want a brew dog in the States, there's only 2 locations right now, Cincinnati, Ohio, and Columbus, Ohio, which are both near me, ironically. And the next site is Indianapolis, I believe, which is another 2 hours from me. So I got brew dog all around.
Have they definitely not got one in New Hampshire?
No, we got the only ones here so far.
Okay.
And check UV rays through your skin somehow. Go work on it, he said. Yeah.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's just unbelievable.
Today, like
Because
back then. Yeah.
He's a great judge of I've got a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just got a feeling. Rob, what's up? How you doing, brother? Cheers to you, Dave, as well.
I'm a smart guy.
Yeah, people still bring up that he said he's gonna have the best people around him. And how many people did he fire? I guess they weren't the best.
I'm not the smartest guy. So,
they're not yes people. They're not yes people. So
well, that's the thing. Well, I always said it's kind of like it's a kiss the ring type thing with the administration at points, and it's it's like you want the truth. You want people to be honest with you. You don't want people to work in fear or whatever because you're not going to get all the information you need. Vanessa said hello. The Dave coming in. Circumventing the point is the point, Paul says. Cheers, my friend. I don't understand why people put a spoiled rich kid in office and are surprised when he acts like a spoiled rich kid, right? Or why people are thinking that he's going to be the savior of the whole financial stuff when he's had like 6 bankruptcies. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. Like, if I'm going to.
though, he's not the one in charge of the finances, really, is he?
No, but he appoints people in charge of that. He brings in Mnuchin and all of them, and he can fire them and stuff. But it's kind of like the deals he cuts. Think about this. He's, as a businessman, he was not able to get a loan in the States from any of the banks. His loans all come from Deutsche Brown. So he gets his thing from Deutsche Bank. They used to be DB Alex Brown, I think financial, but Deutsche from DB. And they're actually one of the banks that are considered to be one of the ones that kind of put people's money in the Cayman Islands and stuff. So they're not seen as always the best bank character either. So it's kind of interesting. But people always try to say like he's dumb or stupid. I'm like, he's not stupid at all. He's just he's playing the game. He's doing what he needs to do. He knows how to play the angles. I just don't get it because I expect this. I'm not surprised when I see it, and honestly, I still don't even mind it. I mean, some people get surprised for whatever reason. What kind of beer are you going to drink next on your channel, Rod? I don't know. It depends what I actually have in the cooler. Which I actually did crack this one open, which I didn't show, I guess. So right now, I'm actually drinking this one. Oops, wrong camera. High Pitch Mosaic IPA from High Wire Brewing out of North Carolina. And this one is a IPA dry hopped with Mosaic and Centennial, hoppy and tropical, 6.7 ABV. And High Wire has actually become one of the breweries I really enjoy out of North Carolina, although I like their 10W40 series the best thus far. But it's my first time having this one. It's a decent IPA. You definitely get the tropical and fruitiness of it. But I usually just go down to the cooler and I look in there and I say, okay, what beer do I want to review? And I look at it and I get the vibes, and I choose a beer off the one I want to try. So I'm not sure which one I'll do yet. So
I can tell you what I'm drinking next.
Cool.
What do you got?
It's been outside out of the fridge for a little bit. I've still got a little bit left of my Daya, but this is going to be next, which is Camden.
It's quite expensive.
No, it's not.
Oh, an Imperial Pilsner?
Yeah, 11%.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen an Imperial Pilsner before.
It's not. It's been reduced.
Yeah, well,
it cost me £3.50.
Yeah, that's worth it.
Definitely.
Nice.
I haven't been to Waitrose for over a month, obviously. So
I haven't been for months. This has been in the back of my cupboard.
Oh,
for
I'm
a
sorry.
while.
Yeah, but you said also Pittsburgh. I forgot they were working on Pittsburgh too.
Yeah, that was open before
Pittsburgh as well.
So
yeah, I wouldn't have paid full price for it. I wouldn't
either.
Like £6-7.
No, it wasn't that much. It was somewhere between £5 and £3.50. I can't remember exactly how much.
£3.50. I'll give it.
But I bought a load of beers that I've drank already with it.
A beer like that is going to not be affected by a little bit of age anyway. So
it's good till November. So it's just been in my.
They put a date on it and everything.
Yeah, the date's on the back.
Dates should always be on a beer bottle for sure. Dates and ABV are two things that always should be on a beer bottle.
Yeah, 11%.
Absolutely.
500 ml bottle.
It's a big old lump.
Yeah, it's an unusual.
It's a lot of beer for it's a lot of beer for 11%.
Well, it's my finishing beer. It's going to go in my Pilsner glass.
There you go.
Vanessa said yes, buy an AR-15 and a few kegs and a couple thousand rounds in Texas.
I've still got a little bit of the day.
Oh yeah, that's good. I'm going to head off. Rod, thanks for having me on.
Thanks, brother.
I'm cream crackered. So yeah,
I started to feel it a little bit.
No, I'm just tired. There's been a lot going on, and you have a few beers, and I'm like, oh yeah, but it's 4:20. So he's the man. He's the new man for staying up late.
It is into the wee morning for you for sure.
Keep in touch, Craig. Okay.
Yeah, of course I will. I'll update you what's going on and shit. But yeah. Thanks for having me on again.
Thanks, brother. It's always good to have you on.
Cheers, viewers, and see you later.
Cheers, my friend.
Keep safe.
You too. Yeah, and anybody else that wants to definitely join us, just let us know here.
Get Paul on.
Paul's at work, I think.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He works Friday, and he's usually off on Mondays or so.
I say this is the start of my weekend because I say I've been in work since early this morning, so beginning of my weekend. I'll probably have to do some overtime at some point tomorrow, but because we're so busy. But yeah, it's you doing okay in terms of social distancing, Rod?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was already used to kind of doing that anyway from working from home, so that was never a big thing. So I was kind of used to it, and I don't know. I grew up as an only child, so and then Vanessa body Craig as well. I always like my alone time. I kind of was used to it growing up, kind of, and then I get a lot of stuff done. I'm productive. I'll read or I'll do something. Like now, it's time for me to get other stuff done and out the way. So,
I did for 7 years.
As an only child,
as an only child, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I had a brother. Then I had a brother, and then I ended that.
Well, I was only child to. I guess it was about 39 or 40 years. And then I found out I had a half sister. And I found out a half brother. So, because I was a kid, when I was a baby, my parents got divorced or whatever. But it was like, wow. So, but I always thought, because they got divorced at so young, you could always have like a half siblings and out there and stuff like that and everything. So, but my sister found me like in the hallways. She searched for me for years, but she found me on Facebook because she knew about me. I didn't know about her, but she knew about me. And then she found like me and my other brother that was down in Georgia and stuff like that. So it was kind of weird, like out of the blue. When she reached out to me, I was like, I don't really know who this is, and that's my mom. And my mom like asked her, like she quizzed her on everything like that, and she's like, "Yeah, she's your sister. She knows everybody on that side of the family."
Well, yeah,
So, yeah,
I'm lucky that my parents were together 4 years before me, and
yeah,
they're gonna celebrate their 40th wedding anniversary
nice,
in about 18 months. So
very
it's
nice.
yeah, it's one of those. It's one
Yeah,
of those things where it's my brother was like literally a last minute thing, just
was he
snuck
was
in.
he was he like a oops?
A little bit, I think. I
Yeah,
think they were. I think, to be honest, I think they were trying for a girl and just ended up with my brother.
oh, yeah.
Ginger, just annoying person. It's a recessive gene.
Yeah. So they said we'll try again.
He drinks lager. It's just like
Mm. Like
he
you're not
drinks
my brother.
he drinks lager and likes techno. There you go.
he's a club kid, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty funny. So what do you got like over there? Like how are the people all reacting? Like how are you doing with the social distancing thing? Is it kind of weird at this point? Or are you kind of just used to it and not even
It's hit and
phased
miss.
by it anymore?
It's really odd because so today I went shopping just because we needed a couple of things, like not anything major, but like I had I had dinner sorted for like the next couple of nights, and then we were like, "Oh, it's Friday. Should we get a pizza?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, I suppose." And then we need like little bits, like uh, a couple of bits of drink and stuff like that. And I thought,
Mhm.
right, okay, we'll go to the supermarket. And so I went on my own. And the social distancing has changed, not through the government, but I think through people's attitude. And in the
Mhm.
fact that I went in and previously I'd been handed a basket or a trolley that had been previously sanitized and handed to me. That
Mhm.
wasn't the case. That wasn't the case this time around. I just picked up the nearest basket that I could find. People were not obeying the 2 meter distance. So I had people coming towards me. I had people on the side. It was chaos, basically.
Right.
And I found that all the way through the store. I think we had quite a lot of hot weather. And I say hot weather in comparison to what you get in the US, it's nothing. But here, considering 80%, 75% of our weather is rain, we've had quite a nice week and a half. So it's been really nice weather. So I think people may have just sort of just not lost their minds, but sort of forgotten themselves and just
Yeah.
not adhered to the social distancing. And it was quite difficult today. Like I got quite a few. So at the moment, it seems that most of the supermarkets in the UK have jumped on the craft beer wagon and have just gone,
Ah.
here are all our craft beers all at once. So Tesco, which is an arm of Carrefour, which is a big supermarket in the rest of Central Europe, they've released a 14 beer range of craft beer,
Yeah.
including 2 beers from Evil Twin in New York.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morrison's, which is the next one down, have released a load of craft beer. And then Aldi, which I'm sure you have in the
we have Aldi. I have one next to my house actually. Yeah.
They released 2 new short beers, so like a 330ml. I know you guys do 355 in the US
Mm-hmm.
of fruited IPAs. They've also done 440ml, 440ml larger tall boy cans of craft beer, which is not brewed by them specifically, but it doesn't say who brewed them, so which is
They always keep it a little secret there.
Yeah,
you don't let them know that we're brewing for them.
No. So they've done a triple hopped IPA and a fruited IPA in those tall boy cans, which I picked up today. So I haven't even looked at the ABV. I literally picked them up today. Picked up a couple of pizzas. Picked up, because I was going to get mozzarella sticks, but I couldn't find any, so I got a camembert to put in the oven, which is like a proper British thing to do. You can't find mozzarella sticks, so I'll get a camembert.
Yeah.
So pick them up, and then the beers. So I have no idea what the ABV is. I've just
it'd be fun to definitely try them. Yeah,
chucked them in the cellar, so I have no idea.
What's up, Swami?
We're all baby blue.
What's going on? Yeah, I see that. Right. How you feeling, brother? You getting better there or what?
I'm drinking a nice glass of water. I drank yesterday a little bit, so the doctor says I can drink a little, but I shouldn't be drinking too much because I am on meds. So he said to not drink too much while I'm on the meds, and said try to keep the hard alcohol to a limit. If you're gonna drink, maybe a beer or two, but try not to, especially not wine. He said no wine. He said stay the fuck away from wine.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, wine.
Well, with the tannins or something?
Yeah, well, because with acid reflux, wine is really acidic.
Yeah.
So they're saying stay away from the wine, and they said beer is fine because beer can actually calm your stomach a bit. So they're not too bad on beer, but don't go too much because there's still alcohol in it.
Yeah.
But the whiskey I'm trying to drink a little less of, and the rum and stuff. I've only drank once this entire week, and I'm not drinking tonight. I'm just hanging out with you guys, nice and sober, which is fun for you because I won't be such a bastard.
It's still early. We'll see.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely got to take care of yourself. Like you're getting old or something on us, Swami. What's going on?
No, it's weird because I haven't felt stressed. I've been fine in my mind, but I guess sometimes you don't have to feel it for your body to react to situations without, like, your body's doing the stressing for you without you realizing it. And the first thing to go when you're overstressed is your digestive system. It's the number one first thing that's going to get affected during high amount of stress. That's why people will get like constipated, feel sick, stomach illness, whatever, things like that. So me, I got GERD. As long as, whatever, it's like,
yeah, you got to watch out for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had
it like years ago, I think, when I was in college. Well, but I don't know if it was full GERD or was just acid reflux, but I used to deal with some of that stuff back in the day.
Yeah. For me, it was scary because one night I'm eating and all of a sudden the food's not going down my fucking throat really well. Like I can feel it's like slowly going. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm telling my wife, I'm like, I can't. Like I felt like I swallowed. It felt like, but it's just like sitting like here on my chest. And I'm like, I'm hoping I have like some sort of heart attack or some shit like that. I was like,
right.
And I started freaking out a little bit there. And the next day I called, because it's really cool with the doctors right now is you can call them. They'll pick up the phone because they don't want you to come in.
Right.
They're like all afraid, So they'll like talk to you over the phone and shit like that. And he goes like, what was going on? I go, I don't know. Every time I'm eating, it's staying in my chest. And he's like, it's probably acid reflux. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, acid reflux will damage your esophagus a little bit from the splashback from the acid and can cause you to feel the food as it goes down. And he goes, it sounds a lot like acid reflux. And whatever. So they gave me some pills and it's actually worked really, really fucking well. Like I'm eating again and feeling better and just taking better care of myself, doing some exercise. I still got to shave though. Fuck, I look like
My,
you
people
can see my hair.
people aren't going anywhere. I got the same thing you're saying. Yeah, it's like I thought about the other day. Like I should shave, but I'm like, why? I'm not going anywhere.
It's like coming up. It's growing out of my eyeball almost at this point.
Yeah.
I'm like, looking like a wolf man. Slightly trimmed down. But what you guys were talking about in England about I'm guessing you're talking about your good old Boris over there, that fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I
It's like Trump, but not as bad.
Did you see the post I put on Facebook today, Rod?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, but let me do this real quick because Gilbert had to duck out. So I just want to say night to Gilbert. Said cheers, good night, stay safe. He was crashing, so just want to give him a shout there. And then we were talking about the number of kids, and Vanessa was the 4 or 6 in her family. That's like a litter, right? So Malta, we got you in. And Vanessa said hello to you as well. Which you did to her. Miscellaneous says cheers, miscellaneous. If you want to get a link, let me know. That's a bye to Eric. And then we got Jason Patton in the house, and Jason says, if you can find a Goodwood beers, try the Walnut Brown Ale. Really good. I actually have had that. Goodwood is about 70 minutes for me down in the Louisville area, so I've had a lot of their beers, and they're okay. They're decent. I mean, stacked up against some of the beers we have in Cincinnati, they don't really stand out as much. But if you happen to pick them up, you're not going to be disappointed with them. But I do like the Walnut Brown Ale as well. Miscellaneous says no sours. So you definitely can't have sours with GERD.
Yeah.
And Vanessa says hi to Magnet as well.
Citrus for the next month. They said no oranges. And I love oranges and grapefruit. That's what I eat for breakfast 90% of the time. I can't even have them.
Yeah, they probably want you to eat like something like oatmeal or something. Keep a little
I'm eating oatmeal.
Like
I haven't eaten oatmeal in like 20 years. I'm eating oatmeal now. I'm eating bland potatoes, oatmeal. I'm trying to stay away from meat. I'm eating like broccoli, and I'm farting like crazy, nuts and shit like that.
You're cleaning it out both sides. Now.
Yeah, I feel like I'm doing a cleanse. I've been drinking a lot of Ensures to make up for the loss of protein from not eating too much meat and shit. And I feel like I went through surgery or some shit.
But your post earlier on Facebook, I was like reading it, like, I didn't comment on it, but I was like, what the hell is going? Like, I guess from all the stuff that you're seeing pop up is.
Well, I'm getting fed up. I'm getting fed up with politicians.
I agree with what you're saying. Like, stop paying attention to the guy. Stop paying attention to it.
But it's not Trump. It's all the politicians, including Canadian politicians. Fuck these politicians, man. And I want to tell the people, stop listening to your fucking politicians. Listen to doctors. Don't listen to these fucking assholes anymore because they're all full of shit and they're all fucking trying to get the economy. Oh, the economy. Fuck you. It's been 2 months. They're acting like we've been off for fucking 6 years. Oh, it's time to start sacrificing people. All right? It's time. It's seriously. Some of us are going to die. Some of us are going to live. Stop social distancing. Let's just open. No, they want to continue social distancing, but they want to open everything back up. How the fuck does that work? It doesn't work. You can't have it both ways, right? Well, we want, the restaurants to open up again. How the fuck is a waiter supposed to come to the fucking table and social distance? Like he's supposed to scream your order from across the room. He's got to be like, "What do you want?" Like
put it on the conveyor belt. Sit up.
They're experimenting on restaurants with 2 meters distance per table. But I agree with what you're saying, Swami.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's so the people are safe, but the waiter's fucked. It's pretty much the same. So
he's going to stand up in one of those masks, isn't he? With the face guard.
Rob worked in the restaurant. He worked as a bartender. I'm a bartender.
I did a bartender, but I did cater and stuff too. But I've been around service. You got to do that.
Do you know any boss that would let you wear a mask in front of clients? Bullshit! It won't happen.
Well, not before, but now they're going to have to. If it's by law, they're going to make them kind of do it.
It's going to be.
They were showing today. They were showing today that some of the stuff opening in some of the places, like parts of Georgia, like the barbershop and the hairdresser, and they were wearing masks and stuff. I mean, it's going to be a part of it. I think as a restaurant. What'll end up happening? You know what'll end up happening is some fashion designer come along and make some chic type uniform out of it, right? And then you won't even notice after a point.
It's already happened. Armani are designing the NHS scrubs.
Yeah. Well, see, you got that. So by fall, you're going to have the coronavirus collection. COVID, the
No,
COVID-19.
What I was just getting at, I was getting at the fact that you're hearing doctors, even the doctors right next to let's say the politician's talking, and they got the doctor right next to them, like Fauci with
I
Trump.
see it every night here in the States, Swami. Every night.
And the doctor,
the highest level.
The doctor's saying social distancing is working. Everyone stay at home, watch TV. And then the dumb fuck next to him comes on and goes, but we need to restart the economy, so everyone needs to get back to work. And it's just like, and then you have the fucking dumbasses who are like, followers of politicians like Boris in England, Trudeau in Canada, Trump in the States. The only one that's coming out intelligence, that lady in New Zealand, she's like the only fucking one that's actually making sense and talking straightforward. And she's like, I'm not going to kill my people in order to force an immunity. She's like, I'm not going to do only the strong survive scenario. Fuck,
The New Zealand Prime Minister.
Yeah. She's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen in my country. They have 7 deaths. 7 deaths. They have a population of 9, whatever. 9. They have a population of like 25 million people, and they have 9 deaths. All right? That's equating to California.
There's a difference in New Zealand. New Zealand, to be fair, though, even though there's only been 9 deaths and how many people they have in the population, it's very spread out. If you look at it like the same as like Ohio, essentially, Rod, you've got your individual cities, but then you have how many farmers and stuff live out completely on their own.
Well, look what happened.
Look the same as there's New Zealand. And they've just reopened to the businesses.
Rod could actually be proof of what I'm talking about, because 2 weeks ago, Kentucky hardly had any COVID. All right. Then they had their stupid little fucking rally march of bullshits in Kentucky. And now they jumped up like 500 cases in like 24 to 48 hours. So,
yeah. But on the other side, we don't need any of those people. So if they're going to go out there and do that, let us stay with them. If you could. Vanessa said the farting can help with social distancing. That's true fact. There you go. Rip one off, and we already have 50,000. We crossed 50,000 here in the U.S. Well, they were saying before they thought we might get to 60,000, but we just crossed 50. Yeah. And you're having some states kind of trying to trickle people back out there. And there's some states like we shouldn't be doing stuff. Like some of the mayors are pissed at the governors for allowing it to happen. And you're going to see it possibly respawn again. And like some of the scientists and doctors saying, people need to stop saying like you can't get it again. We have no proof you cannot get it again. That is still being determined right now.
You read that in my
sample size.
Yeah, you read that in my post.
No, I already knew that with it from what the scientists were saying, but I know you have put it out there too. But it's kind of like there's nothing that, and people were saying about the heat, like we've studied this in Africa, and the heat's like actually not affecting the way people think it may. Yeah. So again, it's like there's a lot of misinformation being put out.
Politician. It's a fucking funny thing. Sorry, Adam. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I know I talked over you. I'm not Redbeard though. I'm not Redbeard. I will let you talk. I'm not going to.
It's funny though because Adam and Craig mentioned Redbeard earlier tonight. Like, I'm used to being able to get a word in.
That's Rod. I won't come on if Redbeard's here for a reason. So I don't want to be Redbeard on you.
It's all good. No, I can always rein him back in when I need to. But yeah.
I can't. I try. I'm like.
Sometimes you just have to hit the mute button. But it's interesting going because I always in my back of my mind I keep thinking of just Jaws, like, oh yeah, go in the water, it's safe. There's no shark, it's safe. Go out there. It's like you're just setting people up to get bit.
Yeah. I have a son too. Yeah, whatever. You should have thought of that before you let 5 people die from the shark.
Yeah. Vanessa said they open back up, we'll be swamped with cases. And that's the thing, you start putting more stress on these hospitals. People are like, well, there's nobody in the hospital. We're sending stuff here. We're sending stuff there. Yeah, because we're social distancing. If people weren't out there possibly doing it, you would have more runs on the hospital because people would be getting sick, not knowing what they need. Now, people here can't even get cancer treatments and all that kind of stuff because that's being pushed back. There's people that need transplants and stuff. They can't get it because they don't know what's going on with the corona stuff. No. So why would you want to put everybody else out there and then make it even worse? Yeah. It makes no common sense whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm supposed to get an X-ray done with, like, I'm supposed to swallow the blue liquid and do the X-ray for the GERD thing. And we're gonna have to wait like 3-4 months till this shit's over before you go in. And it's like, yeah, but we want to open up the fucking world again. All right, okay.
Yeah.
You got a fucking X-ray done.
And the other thing is, like, and Vanessa says the chips look yummy too, Adam. Is that
I can't eat after 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah, because
you're on them.
The GERD. Also, I'm a gremlin. If I eat after midnight, I'm gonna transform.
They had done some stuff here, research, and it's like people are like, even if you are open, there's no guarantee we're coming back yet, right? It's like 70 or 80% of people said they're not ready to go back to restaurants and stuff. It's kind of like you're trying to force it out on people. People may not still show up for your businesses.
A lot of restaurants in the UK have said so. In the UK, we've been offered financial support by the government. So basically, they're offering it for employees as what they call furlough.
Yeah.
And the fact that the UK government will pay 80% of their wage. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's up to the company whether they will pay the extra 20.
Yeah.
But some restaurants have said that even with furlough plus business rates in the UK have been slashed to nothing for the rest of the year, they don't think if they open at 2 meters apart per table, they can make enough money that would equal the same amount if they stay closed.
Yeah. Well, listen, as someone that works in the industry, I got to say this, and I'm going to say it's important. Rod probably will agree with me. The restaurant industry, I'm not talking about your local hipster diner and shit like that.
Right.
But the restaurant industry as a whole, like the Olive Gardens, the fucking
Fridays, and
all the big chain fuckers. These are all Greek mafia owned fucking shitholes that these motherfuckers don't really give a fuck about their staff. They don't care about anything. They literally just want to open up. They run on a tight fucking fine line. They make tons of money. We're not talking about your mom and pop's diner, right? And they're just fucking greedy pigs, all right? They don't give a fuck. I worked for enough dirtbag assholes to tell you they're fucking degenerate cokeheads, and I could give a fuck about their complaints right now.
Well, it's like we gave money, the government, to Ruth Chris, and it's like, why the hell are we giving money to Ruth Chris? I've ate at Ruth Chris. I know how much their shit costs.
Yeah.
The people eat at Ruth Chris, they're okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and the Ruth Chris decided to give the money back under so much criticism by the public. Like they don't need to be getting the business loans that the mom and pops need to be getting. They'll be all right on their end.
The bank doesn't need a business fucking loan. The fucking Walmart doesn't need a business fucking loan. Fucking Kroger's doesn't need a business fucking loan. All these massive fucking trillion-dollar fucking organizations don't need fucking money to bail them out so that they can pay their fucking CEOs a salary. Fuck off. They're furloughing their employees, like he was saying in England.
Yeah.
They're furloughing their employees so they don't even have to pay them a severance. These greedy pricks. Fuck them, man. They want fucking
and then they get a bonus, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, wow.
Suck a dick.
And Vanessa said the hospitals get runs of people. There were people dying in line waiting to be seen, and that was what was happening kind of in Italy at one point. It was kind of like people were dying before they can get in to get checked out. They were waiting to be,
doctors
get
were
the service
crying.
they needed.
Doctors were fucking crying because they couldn't, they had to pick between patients of who's gonna fucking die and who's gonna get a fucking respirator.
Right.
It's fucking ridiculous, man. It just sickens me. Like I was fine. I was happy for a while. I was like, okay, the government of Canada is doing the right thing, taking care of shit. And then now they're like, it's literally been 8 weeks and they're already fucking starting to act like they're acting like we've been off for like a year and a half. They want to start the schools up again to put the fucking kids in. And they're saying, oh, it's not by choice, so you don't have to send your kid back. You know who's asking to send their kids back, right?
Yeah.
Fucking parents.
Yeah,
no babysit anymore. That's all it is.
That's what it is. The parents probably, I mean, it's in the States, they've already closed school years down the rest of the year. I mean, people are now watching like tonight and last night and tomorrow they'll be watching NFL draft. Like, I'm like, the NFL might not get played. Everybody's all wrapped up and it'll be cold. Like, scientists are calling for a second wave possibly in the winter as well.
Well,
It's like Vanessa was saying, she wasn't going to stop quarantine until all cases are gone. But it's like, I don't know if they'll overall be gone. You have to get them down to a manageable point, because if it comes back here again in the winter or the fall, you're going to be having a few more months of dealing with it. I think we're going to be looking at a new normal going forward.
I kind of liked that the NFL did the draft, and I hope the NHL does the draft, because honestly,
you still got to do that. You can still do that part, for sure.
It's entertainment. It's something live. It's not Netflix fucking pre-recorded crap. And I wish the news would focus on fucking other stories. Just like 10 minutes of the news cycle can just focus on, something else other than Corona. There's still shit going on in the world. The world is still happening. We
were talking earlier, and Craig had mentioned he saw where the rocket took off on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
That we did. I had no idea there was a rocket flight Wednesday. Like they were saying in the UK, they saw it like, I forgot, what did you say, Adam? Like, saw it pretty quick. Like you guys saw from the time it launched here, like 8 minutes or something. You saw it there.
I'm only talking for my mother-in-law. She said it was really quick, so it was like within minutes.
Yeah, and it's like I didn't know anything about it because everything was so coronavirus.
Yeah. Well, sad news is we did have some news in Canada this week, which was, the worst mass shooting ever.
I did see that too. Yeah. It's like, I was going to say, tell them don't be like America. Don't do that.
It's not something that happens every day. We have,
yeah.
It
was like the worst one, like 10 or 11 people or something, I think, up in Nova Scotia.
22 people.
Wow.
He was fucked. He planned this shit out for a long time. Mm-hmm. He painted a cop car to look exactly identical to a cop car. He got a cop uniform, the whole fucking gear. He looked exactly like a cop, everything. So people were like just thinking he was a cop, and he's walking up to them with a fucking assault rifle and just mowing down fucking random people. Jogger that was jogging. And then he tried to break into a house to kill the people in the house. They wouldn't come out. He burnt the fucking house down. He set the house on fire and killed them. Like, he was psycho. Like, fucking
sick fucker.
Just takes one fuck.
I'm not saying that people who are very silly, maybe stupid, move to North America, but
they happen in Britain. You guys had the fucking.
You guys had stuff over there. It's just you guys don't have easy access to guns.
Every other week.
You guys had the one guy on the bridge with the knife or whatever. Luckily, it wasn't a gun.
Yeah, mowing down people with thewn cars and shit. Don't act like.
Yeah.
It's like when Europeans. I like when Europeans are like, "Oh."
Did you realize that the mow down the bridge was 2 years ago?
You know what my favorite is when Europeans say North America is so racist, yet they're throwing bananas at soccer players on the field and shit.
That's Italy. Italy, yeah.
I think there was some stuff there in England.
You can't just go Europe, because you do realize that, like, we'd be just like going the Americas, which would include like Argentina and Mexico within USA and Canada. So,
well, you get into South America, there's some crazy shit that does happen. Yeah.
Exactly. So, Italy are, as you spoke before about the bananas on the football pitch. That's an Italian thing that happens week on week in Italy.
Well, I've seen it in England too. I've seen them do the Hitler salute.
I've seen some of the soccer players talk about matches there. I thought, like, what's it?
In the UK, you have
Holly, black guy. I've got the name. He's like talked about stuff he's played in England before.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It doesn't happen as much, maybe, but it does happen. No place is perfect.
You have the white supremacists, the England party that has the flag with the red cross in the middle that they've taken as their own fucking.
You do realize that is the English cross.
I know, but they're taking it as their symbol. It's like their competitor.
But I mean, the Klan uses the Jesus cross, so I mean, so it can happen.
So basically, within the UK, they have something called the EDL, which is the English Defence League, which makes no fucking sense whatsoever, by the way, because basically they're trying to defend the UK against people that come in. However, to be honest, when you look at the NHS, most people within the NHS are
Polish.
Well, not Polish per se, but they are not maybe not British in origin, and it is stupid. It's stupid because at the end of the day, it really is. It's like the stupidest thing ever, and But the bananas on the pitch thing, that happens literally week on week in Italy. Italy do not understand racism. They are.
I'm half Italian, so but I know my mom. My mom told me she grew up in a small little farm village in Calabria, where they had a Mussolini statue in the middle of the town, and it was like 1970, and there was still the Mussolini statue there and shit.
Yeah.
So, like,
well, funny thing about Italy, it's like back during the times when there was like slavery coming through England and all of that. Italy was actually the spot that actually used to hide a lot of the slaves. They would take them in away from the slave colonies. So
I'd like to point out that England actually outlawed slavery prior to America.
Oh, we know that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, trust me. I mean, I know that.
Everyone always forgets. Everyone goes, "Oh no, it came through England first." No, you do realize that we outlawed slavery.
England
was about 40 or 50 years prior to America.
Rod, England was too busy.
That's why England wasn't on the stop before it came to America.
Africa, Caribbean, America.
Yeah, we'll take the long way around.
England was too busy suppressing India during the time, so they couldn't.
Which eventually became its own nation, and then they split it from Pakistan, and that's where the problem.
And he gave us the IPA, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that would have worked. That would have worked if we went to Australia. It was just a case of where the troops were at the time. But apparently that's a misnomer.
Yeah.
That's not a real fact
about
IPAs. That's not where that origin came from.
Yeah, that's right. I was talking to Rob.
That's a lot of stuff that I've read that it came from. It was the soldiers that were having the ship that were there.
I heard the same thing as Adam. I'm hearing two stories. I'm hearing one, it was the soldiers, and the other one I'm hearing is just it was a type of flavor that people liked, so they just made IPAs. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm confused. I don't know which story is true. I'm still trying to figure it out.
I mean, this week.
I would say like the beer books I've read have mentioned it was the British colonies over there.
Exactly the same, Rod, but then I got told differently.
Yeah, I got told it was just people liked the flavor. That was it. So they made IPA beers because they liked the hoppy flavor.
But that's not. None of it's the truth. Probably. It's probably much of a muchness.
I think it was just a mistake.
I think
I like IPA. I think some guy accidentally brewed it, thought it would taste like shit, and one weird fucker liked it, and he had a man bun. So they continued.
No, I mean it was the hops because you needed to preserve it. Yeah. I mean, the Guardian even did a story about it here.
Yeah. I'm just fucking. Rod knows I hate IPA, so just
You're only going to get so far on the Guardian before you hit a paywall.
Huh?
You're only going to get so far on the Guardian website before you hit a paywall, and you have to pay extra.
Yeah, they do that here with New York Times and stuff too. They give you like one story, you like go to read something. It's like, oh, you got to pay for it to continue. What? Yeah. News was like free for like years, and now you want to charge for even that bullshit?
Yeah. Look what YouTube is trying to do now. They're trying to charge content creators to pay for YouTube, to pay for different services all the time. It makes me laugh. It's like the people actually pay for this shit better have at least 100,000 subs because the ends don't justify the means. As someone who's monetized, I'm telling you, I make annually off YouTube on a good year, maybe $3,000 on a good fucking year. All right, on YouTube.
Yeah,
and they're gonna want me to spend fucking $80 a month on their little advertisement services and shit like that. It's like, so I make at the end of the year, I'm gonna make like $10 or something, because I'm paying you guys pretty much anything I make off of your channel back to you. It's like,
well, that's why they're probably making it harder for small YouTubers now to make them, make it more difficult.
Yeah.
Are you now actually making money, Rod?
Not yet. I'm like at the 3,900 something level again right now. So the thing is, you got to do it over the 12 months, and there's times where I've taken off a little bit, and it's like, you look at the 12 consecutive months, if you had some good days out there, you to make up other good days, it moves you backwards on the scale. So you got to go back and do more. So I will make it this month, though, at least over next, because essentially I ran through all my StreamYard and I decided I had a buddy that I did a referral to that joined StreamYard. So I got a free upgrade for a month. So every day I'll be doing a stream of something on this channel to get to that level.
Yeah, I was lucky. When I wasn't monetized, I did lives every day, but that was back when we had the other shit there, the Google Hangouts, which was free. And you did like half an hour live every day, and you hit your numbers really fast. So that's how I got it.
It's like one of the guys I know that does the barbecue channel. People say, well, how did you get to the watch time? He's like, everything you do, just do it live. Do every live stream that you can do, and people tune in. And I like the live streams myself. Again, for me and my background, where I used to be like a radio DJ, and I like doing that stuff, and I like being able to do stuff and then interact with people during the same time. So doing like the beer reviews live and taking questions while I'm doing the beer review is I think a fun thing instead of having it just pre-recorded and stuff. I think people enjoyed that a little bit more.
If you wanted to have fun, Rod, I was actually you were one of the guys I was thinking about. There was you, there's Dave, the producer I'm thinking about. A couple of guys I'm thinking about. I want people that are actually intellectual in the way they speak, but calm. But I want to have conversations that make people uncomfortable. I want to call it the Uncomfortable Moment of Silence podcast, where like everyone has a conversation, we bring up subjects that make everybody like not want to talk about it. And I want to do like a 1 day a week podcast, not a live show, literally like a podcast pre-recorded, where we kind of have it like this, where we're on video chat and we're talking about a subject that makes everybody fucking uncomfortable. And I want to make that a channel just called the Uncomfortable Moment of Silence. But I want to have the same people on every fucking week, and every week gets a subject once a week, and we just talk about it for an hour, and like just the worst fucked up subjects of like the week or whatever. Like,
let me know. I'd be down to do something. I love intellectual conversations.
And
that's similar to what I'm looking to do with my channel. I say I'm very early in my YouTube career, and it's a case of what I want to do is a question, and we have on StreamYard you have 3 for, 3 against. You basically sort that out with the guys beforehand. You have a even 2 and 2. It doesn't really matter. And you have a beer question or a brewery styled question, and basically one is for and one is against, and you argue, and you not argue, but you discuss the difference. Same as debating, basically. But
why don't you like do it and call like the great beer debate or something? And do something like
probably will be.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm looking to do with my channel.
That's a good idea.
I'd love to do reviews, but to me, I always feel that they're subjective, and it's a case of that's your palate, and it doesn't matter what anyone else says. At the end of the day, that's your palate, and to me, I love beer reviews. It's something I watch on a more than daily I watch beer reviews on a more than daily experience, and just sort of like I'm washing up or putting up a clothes wash on, or I'm doing some sort of household chore. I'll have that on the background. These earphones are wireless, so I can just whatever, as long as I keep them charged. So for me, that's what I do. But other people
see, I like the beer reviews. For me on the channel, I enjoy doing the beer reviews, but I'm always looking for do something more than just a beer. I feel like the beer reviews are like the low hanging fruit, right? Anybody does a beer channel, it's easy to do a beer review. They're going to be subjective because it's going to be your opinion on them. Right. But I want to get more into it. Like the whole thing behind my channel is discussing and educating people about beer, but doing it in a fun way. Not, so I do the beer reviews, I do the beer flow show because we do that stuff when we enjoy stuff around beer, but we get all kinds of different things. But it's all about having like kind of that podcast show of the week. Do something like this where I can do like the Fan Fun Fridays now, where everybody can come on, different people that like the show. We can talk about different stuff. We just see where it goes. I'm going to do a stream tomorrow and a stream Sunday. That'll be kind of around stuff, but it's just I'm always looking to expand into different things. Like I have so many guys that ask me to do more of the hop videos, which I've done before, that I want to get back and do and get those recorded. I got to get back
I'll
and
be
do
back
more
in
stuff
half a
about more stuff about like yeast strains or malts and all that kind of stuff. So all that stuff I'm going to bring to the channel. But at the same point, YouTube is easy to get stretched in different directions. So my main focus right now is doing the things to get me to the watch time I need, because I'm at 39 something right now. So I want to get the 4,000 watch time done, and then I want to expand and doing everything else to start bringing in other things. Like last week, I brought in Eric from Lord Hobo, and we talked about Lord Hobo and their beers, and people tend to really like that. I got other people that I'm reaching out to bring in from breweries to do the same thing. Yeah, and it was a great time.
I watched it. I was mowing the lawn and I had it on the background. I say these are wireless headphones, so I can just do whatever. So I had that on the garden table. I was mowing the lawn and had that in the background.
Yeah.
No, the
And
reason
it's like bringing in a professional brewer like that was awesome for the channel.
Oh yeah.
The reason why I want to do podcast style, sorry to interrupt, but because Vanessa said we should do it live. I don't want to do live. I want to do a podcast style because I want to get the audience out of it and they can watch it. And secondly, I want to put them up on Amazon Prime as well. So I want to kind of be able to place the video in 3 different video channel style things. So like maybe on Twitch as well as on YouTube and as well as on Amazon. So it gives it 3 different viewing station spots. And I kind of want to do it completely separate from Malted in Montreal. And I literally don't want it to be mine. I want it to be like ours. Like I want to have like a group, like 3 or 4 guys that I like to converse with. And we do one subject every week, but it's always the same people. Maybe once in a while we bring in like a special guest if we can find like, you know, a D-lister or celebrity or some shit like that. If one of us knows knows something about it, or a politician or whatever. But I want to keep it like that way. And you were definitely one of the guys I was thinking about on that. And like I said, I've got 2 guys really that I like. You and Dave the producer. I don't know if you know who Dave the producer is. You met him actually when he did my show for.
Did the roast? Okay.
Yeah, with the he has the Ray-Bans on all the time. He never is without sunglasses. So he's cool.
Yeah.
So,
Vanessa says she likes the live streams. She also said firearms, that I've never purposely went out and murdered. But yeah, we have a lot of people. 99% of your people are responsible with guns, and it's just that 1% that kind of screws it. But hold it live, and I will be in chat. So yeah, she's always part of the chats and loves doing it. She was here, obviously. Now she was earlier with Harry's Shadow Room Blue Nose. So yeah, intellectual rabbit holes are. And I agree too. It's like there's discussions that should be had, that need to be had, but people are afraid to have them. So it's kind of like when I was in school. She said she will watch them as well. When I was in college, I used to run the university newspaper for the advertising area, and one year we had an ad that came in for one of the groups that were trying to challenge if the Holocaust had happened or whatever. They wanted to put an ad in the paper about it or whatever to have this thing. And so my thing was, yeah, we can go ahead and put it in the paper. Now, mind you, I had a lot of friends that were Jewish because I wanted them to know these are the kind of people that are out there. The editorial people didn't want to put it in there because they felt like we'd be caving into these people. I was like, but why wouldn't you want to let people know other things like this are happening out there? Take away the whole money component. If people are out there happening, they're going to expose themselves. Let them expose themselves so people are aware of them. But we ended up not running because I got outvoted like by 2 of the editors, and I was the only one from the advertising. And it was just like, I just felt like, and I asked my friends that were Jewish, and I was like, what did you think of it? And they were like, they would have rather seen it in there so they were aware of it. And then they could actually go protest it or whatever, or see what this thing was happening. And it's like, people don't want to have those kind of things. They're afraid of the confrontation angle of it. But at the same point, how do you change anything if you don't talk about it?
Yeah, well, I'm one of those guys. I'm half Jewish, as you know, Rod. And I've had lots massive conversations because I don't want to say I'm anti-Israel because I'm not anti-Israel, but I don't
policies.
I don't agree with like 90% of the policies of Israel, and I find them to be a racist country. They're an apartheid state, and I just don't agree with a lot of things. So I have a lot of Jewish family members that fucking hate me for that shit. So it's like, you know, it doesn't make you anti-Semitic if you're not pro-Israel. If you're To be anti-Semitic means you hate Jews. I don't hate Jews. I'm not Israeli. I'm from my Jewish heritage is from Russia. What the fuck do I care about Israel? Like, you know, like,
Right.
just because I'm Jewish doesn't mean and I'm not. I'm an atheist, but whatever. Just because I have Jewish blood doesn't mean I have to automatically be like pro fucking Israel. Like, what the fuck is that for me?
Yeah, I'm the same.
It's like
my
some
heritage
people
is
just
Hungarian Jews.
Pardon? What did you say?
My heritage is Hungarian Jews. But
Yeah.
they left.
Yeah.
They left
Yeah.
prior to World War One. So
Yeah.
it's like
some people just can't separate the policies from the people. It's like it's not the same thing you're actually talking about in that situation.
Yeah, I hate that shit. When I hear on the news and like some Bernie Sanders makes a good point, and then they're all like, "Oh, Bernie Sanders is an anti-Semite because he's against Israel because he's for the rights of Palestinians to exist," and it's like, I don't know, make him anti-Semitic that he doesn't want to see fucking people die. Like,
right.
It's just making him a humanist. Fuck you, asshole. Like, you know, whatever. And the guy is how can he be anti-Jewish? He's a fucking Jew. Like,
it's amazing when you see stuff like that and you just have to laugh. It's like I just don't. How are you not seeing this here? I don't know. I always used to joke a few years ago, and now it's actually more depressing. But I used to just joke about how people in the intelligence IQ is just shrinking here in America. The IQ of your average American, I believe, is just getting lower and lower.
yeah.
And it's like it was funny at a moment, but now it's like, okay, stop. This needs to change. There's like, because even as dumb as whether you thought Trump said to stick yourself with a Lysol needle or not, the way it was actually phrased when he talked, there's some idiots at home that are thinking that's what they heard, what they had in that thing. And basically, he was questioning it with the doctor, kind of like, well, maybe we could do something like this or that. Now, people are trying to reframe it, how we're going to do it. At the same point, when you mention something like that, you're like putting it in the minds of some people that aren't the stablest people.
I have to kind of like, I'm not siding with him. I hate the motherfucker, right? But I agree with you 100%. He didn't say people need to start ingesting.
No, he did. You're right. He didn't say that. That was more the narrative later.
I love the memes. I put up a bunch of them, but he didn't actually say. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Adam.
It was more just a suggestive impact of it. We already had a person that died because they thought they could drink the fish tank because he was talking about the hydrochlorine or whatever he was talking about. And it was like, no, that's not what he was talking about. Two people, well, one person died, the other person was in the hospital. And it's like, people aren't the brightest bulbs.
Yeah,
I'm just saying goodbye.
Why?
Good night. Yeah.
All right.
It's like 5 a.m. here, so
he's in the UK. It's like 5 hours ahead of us.
I want to keep talking. It's just fun.
No,
it was great having you on, Adam. You're definitely welcome to come back anytime and check out his channel, Mercy Beers. If people haven't checked it out, he does the beer reviews there from over in the UK and the different beer things.
It's really boring. I don't do any beer reviews. It's just live stuff on a playlist at the moment. But eventually it will be.
Well, eventually, yeah.
It's going to be panel shows, so hopefully it's going to get better.
If you ever want me to join one of your panels, let me know.
Well, it's nice meeting.
It's going to be early, Rod. If you can do early.
I mean, is it going to be like what?
I don't know. What is? We're looking at.
You said like Harry. Did you say like Harry?
Probably slightly later than Harry. So 8:30 in the UK time.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm 5 hours behind. I'm 5 hours behind you. I'm Eastern.
My wife.
I think I'm 5 hours. It's like 5:09 there for you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm 5 hours behind.
Yeah,
but
so
I am going to do it
3:30 in the afternoon. But it will be like a Friday or a Saturday.
If it's like a Saturday, that's fine because I'm here. But Sunday, I'm actually doing a stream. I set up a new thing for Sundays. It's gonna be like at 2:00 because I got some of the guys over there in the UK that like to join, like Terry and Dino, and they always watch the channel. And they're always in bed when I do stuff. So I'm setting up a Sunday at 2 just for my friends like you over in the UK.
Okay.
I want to be able to enjoy stuff a little bit earlier in the evening for you.
Dean is a lovely man. He really is.
Yeah. He's awesome. He wants me to get back on his channel and do some stuff with him too. He does some great stuff on his, so we're going to connect at some point.
What you need to do is when you're on with him, you need to wind him up about his girlfriend because his girlfriend is incredibly attractive in comparison to him. So just give him just give him a lot of rubbish.
Yeah. He's an awesome guy for sure.
No, he really is. Yeah.
To be honest, I think
Good night.
everybody.
And then Vanessa said bye to you as well, Adam. So there you go.
Thank you. Vanessa's been on since like very early.
Adam,
Yeah,
just to be honest,
she's a trooper.
I think all of our women are better looking than all of us, from what I've noticed.
Right.
I'd agree that for me. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We look like mutants next to our women. I swear.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like,
Vanessa's-
how do you let me stick my dick in you? Like,
I'm glad I put 11%
Swami can
to
be
finish that
graphic some
with.
points. But Vanessa said that many people here have no idea why the quarantines we started to begin with. And she says he did say, well, perhaps we can study how to get UV rays through the skin. He did say that for sure.
But you do realize
Again.
that one of those things is the reason why he has white teeth.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
everyone knows.
I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Good night. Thank you
Good
very much.
See you, brother. Insomnia has its perks. Yeah.
No, but like, I don't like defending him, but it's just that's when people like have a right to say like fake news shit, and they get to use that fucking headline when like they when CNN or MSNBC like completely distort. Just let he does enough blunders that you don't have to make up shit. Just let him fuck himself over without making up stuff, so that you can always be on the right side of shit. Like the day that reporter totally rammed it up his ass that 50,000 people died and he was talking about how great he is. That was a cool moment. That was like a cool moment in journalism that CNN kind of redeemed themselves for 3 seconds, because the reporter was like, you had a full conference about how awesome of a job you're doing, yet we just hit 50,000 deaths. How are you doing a great job? And he's all like, well, we could have been worse. And it's like,
well, it's not 100,000, right?
Yeah,
That's what you
like,
consider, yeah.
give yourself a pat on the back there, buddy. It's like, you know.
I mean, it's a weird thing because, again, he puts so much stuff out there. It's like, you want to tell people, don't go for the low-hanging fruit. Don't just leave it there. Don't go for it, because trust me, he's not stupid, obviously. He's, for me, I always say he's like, I look at him as like the ultimate con man myself. I think he just knows how to play it to what he needs to get done. He's done it in his business career. I grew up in New Jersey. I knew about Trump up there, what he was doing in North Jersey, New York, and stuff like that. I knew about stuff that he did in other areas. There was businessmen that wouldn't deal with him because of some of the shady stuff he would do. So it's kind of like he's running his routine, and that's what he does. But at the same point, it's like people have to stop giving in to everything as well, because you're going to get caught up on his stuff while he's doing other things that you're not paying attention to.
Yeah, no, Trump's like been around forever. I remember I was 17 years old, and it was like one of my first jobs. I was working as a collector for him, but it was for this TV service he provides, which isn't really his TV service. He bandwagons on other providers or whatever and buys a certain area of their telecommunications area, and he sells their cable for like a bit higher up of a price, and it's kind of like a pyramid scheme where these sellers the salesmen buy a portion of the company to sell, and they have to sell it to other, and it's like tiers, and it's like a
market. It kind of kicks up to him, probably. Yeah.
And I remember I was a collector for that for his collections agency to collect the dues that the sellers had to pay us to pay him all the time. And it was, I forget what it was called, like Tell Us Something Conferencing TV, and a bunch of different other things that he had in there. And it was like a weird thing. And there was like a picture of him in the director's office or something like that on the wall. Like, I guess he told like every company that he owns has to have a picture of him in the conference room or something like that.
Right.
Or that was like funny. But he had his hands in a lot of things. But I don't think anyone with a semi reasonable IQ could actually listen to this guy and believe what he has to say. Like, I just don't see, because when he talks, and I listen. I just hear bullshit.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, when he comes on here at nighttime, I flip to our local news that's actually covered other stories now. They stopped kind of showing him on there. It's
Yeah.
still around the coronavirus, but it's more local stuff that's happening. And
yeah,
I'm like, there's no need for me to watch. It's like a soap opera. Nothing's changed in any of these days. It's like if something happens, then I'll wait for Fauci or Bricks to say something, or I'll catch some stuff out of John Hopkins or whatever it may be. But to come out of his part, I'm not really looking into it because I know he's going to fumble through something I'm not going to care about or follow because it's not going to be true most likely.
yeah. Well, like I said, I've completely lost faith in all fucking politicians right now. I don't fucking believe a word any of them are fucking saying anymore after this week. Like I was actually slightly impressed with how Canada was kind of handling, even though we do have a high percentage of coronavirus in Quebec, where I live right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're like in the same levels as not New York, but we're like California levels in Quebec. We have about 21,000 cases now, and but we're doing all right on the, like, I don't want to say all right. It's sad. Anybody dying is sad. We're at 1,300 deaths in Quebec from it. 85% of it is, however, and it's really sad, it's all old people from old age homes. Somehow it's just ravishing all these.
Yeah, we had a person in our county where I'm at where it's like 8 or 9 people died from that thing in a home.
Yeah, they're all being ravaged. It's gone to the point where now the government's saying they're going to take control of the private homes because they're saying they're saying they're cutting staff members. There's like one nurse dealing with like 100 people. People aren't getting fed. People aren't getting their beds changed. Anything like that. Like they don't want to. Like the orderlies don't want to go in the rooms because they're afraid to get the corona. So they're just letting the old people like starve and dehydrate to death. They're saying half the people that are going to the hospital from the old age homes are coming in completely dehydrated and haven't eaten in like days and shit like that. So they die, not even from the coronavirus, they're just dying from malnutrition. Like it's fucked up, man.
Yeah, we had a few homes. There were some reports that came out where feces and urine and stuff like that, I don't know, like they weren't taking care of the old people and stuff, which is sad to see, you know. And it's terrible because people are getting these reports out, but family members can't even really get in to see them because of the whole corona. They can't really see them there. So, and then you have these stories of the doctors or nurses where someone dies and it's just like the last person they see is, you know, not a family member, but they're still trying to care for them.
Yeah.
When the time they get to them, and it's just like, you know, there was a story where a couple people had pulled up like their phones or whatever so they can FaceTime and stuff like that, so people can say "I love you" before it happened. It's just sad. It's terrible. Like you said, these doctors and nurses start crying on some of these interviews they're given, like losing people.
Well, I think one of the things that has to happen, and they're discussing it now, and I don't understand why it's even up for debate, is the old people that don't have the coronavirus that are tested negative for the cronavirus, if the family members wish to take them home and set it up properly, they shouldn't have to argue. They should be allowed to get them the fuck out of those homes. Like, I don't understand why it's a debate even. Like, and I'm hearing it's like the homes are saying, no, you can't take them out. You're not allowed to take them out. And it's like, well, you have 300 cases in there. My dad or mom is 95 and she doesn't have it. Let me get her the fuck out of there before obviously she's gonna get it. So why?
Yeah, I mean, if they could test the people coming to get them and they're good, I guess maybe that's their concern, that maybe
we'll get the
people picking them up don't have it.
You know, meet them at the curb or whatever. But like, if the family's willing to take the elderly people out of those death sentences, let them get them the fuck out. It's almost like they're wanting them to perish or something. It's like, well, you know,
I mean, last I checked, the nursing home wasn't a prison. So
but I think you sign papers that like the nursing home is now the charge or the ward of your parents when they're there or something like that.
Yeah,
you know, because a lot of them.
But people go in and some people do get. I mean, most of the time people were in there the whole time, but some do get out afterwards, so they do leave. Yeah. But I guess this whole thing has kind of changed the parameter on that.
Yeah. Well, I guess that because they signed papers that saying the nursing home is directly responsible for them. They're afraid that maybe when they take them out, if something happens, they could sue the nursing home or shit like that. I don't know what it is, but to me, it's, you know, it's not up for debate. Like my aunt, she's 97. She has the coronavirus right now. It's been 7 days. She's getting better. Luckily, she didn't get the pneumonia. She got the fevers, but no pneumonia. So I'm an atheist, but I'll say it anyway. Thank God, or whatever. You know, she's still around. I talked to her today. She was actually laughing and stuff. So
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Well, she told me 4 months ago, before this stuff happened, the lady upstairs hit 107, and she told me she's got no plans on leaving because she said she wants to beat that lady's ass.
She's feisty. That's funny.
she's like she thinks she's hot for hitting 107. She says I'm gonna hit 110. That's what like my aunt said. So I was like, she doesn't want to go. She's got all her fucking wits about her, and I said like if I'm like her, fuck no, I don't want to die either. You want to die when you're like fucking dementia and done. She's like 3 years ago she was still driving. She's not ready to go. She wants to stick around.
Yeah. It's always a tough thing with dealing with the mortality and stuff.
Yeah, well, Vanessa, she's recovering, so I'm very happy. It's looking very positive. So.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt. I think I'm going to go ahead and get this baby wrapped up. Been on about almost 2.5 hours, though. But thanks for joining, Swami. Appreciate you, my friend. And then I've got one tomorrow night. I think 9 o'clock. I'll be live again for a special Saturday stream I'm starting to roll out with. I'm
going to be on David, the producer's channel tomorrow. We've got a guest on. Me and him, we do a weekly on Saturday. It's a happy hour show. It's not on my channel, though. It's on his channel. Our guest tomorrow. We have comedians every single week on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this week it's going to be.
Yeah, send me a link to the things I can follow.
I'll send you a link on Facebook. This week, who's going to be? This week, it's going to be Ethan Martin. He's the producer he did The Dark Knight with Eric Roberts, the Pope of Greenwich Village. So he's going to be. He's going to be the guest of that. Last week we had from Superman. I don't know if you know his name. He was Jack O'Halloran. He played. There was Zod. And then there was the guy.
The original the remake Superman, just recently. Okay.
This guy. Hold on, I'll show you the picture.
Let me see here. Oh yeah, no, he was from the original Superman.
Yeah, that's the original.
Yeah, back with Christopher Reeve. Okay.
Yeah. He was on. We've had wrestlers on. We had Bobby. Fucking what's his name? Bobby. We had him. He was pretty cool. We had Kevin Israel. We had Kevin Goatee. We have a lot of they're not like big name celebrities, but they're fun guys. We have chats with the wrestler we had on. He was like a WCW wrestler. You might know because you're a big wrestling guy. Bobby Blaze. He was on the channel a couple of weeks ago. He was fun times. He's like from the Southern Wrestling Championships, and he was in WCW. He played like a heel. He was like a guy that not like a real namer, but he fought Goldberg. He was like guys that all the wrestlers would just beat. He was like
the old school ST Jones back.
Yeah, the no name guy that would come in and just get his ass kicked 3 seconds in the ring or whatever. So
Vanessa asked for the name of the channel again as well, so she can check it out.
David the producer. Look up David the producer. It's on at 6 o'clock every Saturday. Come on by. So subscribe. He's nearing 500. He just recently started during the coronavirus thing. His wife has the channel Bourbon Soak with Juliet Miranda. She does her weekly show every week, which I will be a guest on Bourbon Soak soon. But right now I'm just doing this with David because me and him are pretty good friends, and we have the same sick, twisted, fucked up mind, and we laugh about everything, and we don't really think anything is off limits, which is one of the reasons why I want him when I start my podcast. I want people that just don't have any limits and think everything's up for discussion, and they're not shy to talk about anything. I don't want anybody on that's afraid to bring up subjects that make people uncomfortable. One of my pleasures in life is making people uncomfortable, and you know that, Rod.
Yeah. If it makes you squirm, it'll make you think. Is what I believe. Yeah. So, I just found it here, so I just subscribed. I'm $4.93 for David, the producer. Nice. So but I'll go tomorrow night. I'm going at 9 o'clock. So I know you said 6. So if you're freed up later, you want to pop in again, that's fine. And I'm going to just kick it a little bit tomorrow, and then Sunday I'm going to do it at 2 o'clock, which will be the Slow It Down Sunday for that one. And going to get some beer reviews at some point uploaded as well, and some other stuff. I I got some emails to send out to connect with some other people that I know from some of the breweries. So hopefully I can bring in some more people like I did with Lord Hobo for people that want to see those. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wind this baby down as we approach the 2.5 hour mark. Thanks again to Swami. Thanks to Craig from Kent. Thanks to Anna from Mercy that popped in tonight. And for everybody that was in the channel, thanks again for Vanessa for being there. She is a trooper.
Is there anybody else watching? Vanessa was like, that's it.
No, there was other people watching. I mean, there's a couple other people watching right now, but there were a few, mostly people were watching. And so, people like to watch and kind of sit in the shadows.
I think that they just watch and they just want to see you, Rod, and they play with. Never mind.
Yeah, funny guy. This is it. Thank you very much. Awesome show. So we definitely appreciate that. Appreciate you being here. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you all. Oh, shit. Just when I'm ready to leave. Oh, my God. Do I have the energy? He's nodding no. He's saying yeah.
Is there a red?
He wants me to keep going. Dude.
Oh, it's Blake. Yeah, put him in. Keep going.
What the hell? You said
I finally got in.
Did you take a nap? You said you were coming in like an hour ago.
No, I don't want to hear that noise. I've been on for 52 minutes and 34 seconds.
He has millions. He has millions of
I'm begging to get into Rod J's stream. All of a sudden, you and Swami, the king of the Gab, are just having the best time. Entertaining. Look at you.
Oh, what the hell?
I don't know what's up. And here I am.
Then he brings Jeremy.
Oh, fuck. It's a backwoods slack job redneck palooza.
So we might not be winding down yet. So.
Oh, you're winding down?
All right, new subject. You have to lube up your cousin. All right, Blake, go please.
What'd you say?
So for those of you,
I was plugging in my headphones. What'd you say? Something about I'm awesome. What?
You have to lube up your cousin. That's the subject.
For those of you watching, it looks like we may be hitting a second wind here now. So,
I'm sorry.
what, Blake and Jeremy? What's the best way to noodle catfish?
Don't do it.
Stick your thing in the mouth.
All right, we're done now. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody. We didn't know you was closing shop. We didn't know.
I see no need of water.
Those people coming in. Oh, don't bring
Rise, Tommy, how y'all doing tonight, guys?
Good. How you guys doing?
Man,
all right, 4 more hours. Vanessa's ready to rock and roll for more.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Vanessa, check it out. I got the bear back. We're still 6 feet apart. Social quarantine.
I don't know. Can I bring Cutie in here? Cutie's a little.
No, Cutie. No.
Come on.
Here. That's just my opinion.
No, Cutie.
QT's the most normal one.
He is pretty much.
We're going to spend an hour looking at his army pictures, and then I'm going to bring out a picture of me as a kid, and then
and it's going to get shut down on the stream, and it's like, oh, what happened to the channel? You guys doing child porn?
Oh no,
that was something that night.
I didn't even know there's like a login showing your own picture of you as a baby. You can't do that,
right? I wasn't a part of that stream. I have no idea what they
you were that stream?
No, sir. No, I remember that.
So Cutie showed some old pictures of stuff from him, and then Swami showed an old picture of him as a baby. Yeah, and his little thingamajig was out. Then YouTube shot down Alan's video for child porn, I think, or something.
No, they got shut down for they got shut down for because he had he played a video while he was on the action, and that's a no on YouTube, as you know from tennis. You can't show video and stuff like that. So, but everyone thought it was because of my baby dick. I was like, I hope it's not because of my baby dick. That's hilarious.
Oh man.
Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? It's so fucking good. That shit from Family Guy. I'm just fucking with you. Cheers, everybody. Ryan, thanks for letting me on. I'm sorry. Damn. Ryan's got all that story. I ain't been on 30
was about to shut the show down.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I missed the Friday night showdown, but I'm going to be up tomorrow. I'm going to end this one down, but tomorrow night at 9:00, I'm doing the stream Saturday night for the Saturday night one. So we can definitely jam on that one. But we can hang out for a bit after, but I'm going to go ahead and get this one wrapped down. But thanks for everybody that tuned in. And 9 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. Swing back by. If these two guys show up below me, was this way, that way, it'll definitely be crazy for
We
sure.
ain't talking about you, motherfucker. It's not talking about you.
And the bear will be out. All right. Cheers, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.
Cheers, everybody.
Petting Blake.
Smash that like for Rod J.
I'm petting
Damn, I'm
Blake.
sexy.